So our referee for tonight, Jaynard Orque.
And Jaynard Orque, by the way, to note, he has recently won I believe that was the nine ball showdown. He's a recent winner of that as well.
Recently,
Yeah.
okay.
So he's not just a referee; he's a good player too.
Yes.
And there's our lag for the break, and it looks like the South Dakota Kid SVB will have first crack at this rack. And to all our fans watching over on Facebook, thank you so much for tuning in today. Very happy to see all of you joining us here. And that break from the South Dakota Kids brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. So again, the rules of this match, we are going to follow our modified rules here. So again, a push out or safety is mandatory before this break. So what's going to happen here is that Denis is going to have to perform either a safety or a push out. So more than likely a safety at this point.
Yes. It's not going to be easy to go for a push out at this point. So went for a push, made the one, and left a cut on the two.
That's right.
You know what, Cannon? This will be very interesting because we all know that it's Shane Van Boening has the break. He has the run out. He's an all-around player.
Yes.
And I think we haven't seen him play this kind of format, the push out and safety.
No, not at all. Because when Shane Van Boening was here last year, we played under the standard set of rules.
Yeah, standard rule.
So basically, break and runs were allowed, and one of the big reasons why Denis Orcullo was actually able to stay competitive in that match, even though he trailed, was because partly because Shane did have some struggles with making his break. And now that the rules are different, it's going to be interesting to see how the South Dakota Kid copes with this new, what's the word for it? What's the new rules? With
Yeah.
the new playing conditions, so to speak. And
The
again,
push safe rule.
Yes, that's right. The push safe, or the mandatory push safe rule.
That's right.
Mandatory push safe. Yes.
And we've got a question here from NJ Pool player Troy.
Yes.
It's been a while, NJ. And what equipment are we playing on? Table, balls, and cloth.
Ooh, he's going to enjoy this. So the table we are using is a Mr. Sung Acura table engineered by Rasen Billiards of China, which we are also offering for sale here in the Philippines as the exclusive distributor. And our official cloth here on this table is Andy Premier. So we were using Andy Classic until recently, so we switched to Andy Premier in time for this blockbuster match. And the balls we are using are the Aramith Black Series, which is why you'll notice the unique coloration on some of the balls.
Oh, okay. Lost the cue ball there.
And by the way, over on Facebook also, the one who used to do the interviews here, Miss Cassie.
Maria Cassandra saying good evening to all Sharkinatics, and sabi niya dito ang pretty ng reporter.
Well, who are we to disagree? Who are we?
And I believe her name is Mickey.
Yes, that's Mickey. Yes,
Mickey.
And we're happy to have Mickey as part of the Sharks family here, as our official arena reporter. So, all right, so Will Altala is asking over on Facebook, is 10 ball the last one to go or pocketed 10 is a win? So this follows still the standard rules of 10 ball in that the 10 ball is still the money ball. So as long as you make a legal shot, if you call the 10 ball on any shot and the pocket, then it will count as long as it's a legally planned one. So, for instance, if it were a 5-10 combination and you planned and you called the 10, then that's going to count as a winning ball right there. So there's no golden break, by the way, just to be clear here in 10 ball.
Jeff Throde asking, will all Shane's challenge matches be required push out after the break? Yes. As far as we know, yes.
And I believe that's the standard of, according to Miss Cassie, I spoke with her about this. She said that that's going to be the standard rule for our
one-on-ones,
one-on-one professional matches moving forward.
That's right. Beautiful draw there.
And By the way, Gary Villegas is watching all the way from Iligan City, Mindanao. Thank you for watching.
And he
This is a 3-day match. That means each player will get 5 jump shots
per day. That's right. Well, by the way, that break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth. Once again, good evening, guys, from all over the world. This is AJ Ong with Canon Dairit, and this is your 3-day match, race to 90, Denis Orcullo versus Shane Van Boening.
And this is a rematch of their 2 previous encounters, as we mentioned. In their first encounter, Denis Orcullo defeated Shane Van Boening by a score of 120 to 119. In that, I think it was a 3-day race to 120. And then in their next 3-day encounter, which happened to be my first day here at Sharks, that was the time that Shane Van Boening actually won 75 to 74 after it got all the way to the hill.
Question is, will they go hill once again?
It could happen.
It could happen.
Yeah, looks like Shane picks up a foul there. And by the way, Andreas Jurkinas watching from Sweden. Thank you so much for watching all the way from Northern Europe. And Henry Camantiga is also watching from Tagaytay City. Good evening, everyone. And I think Henry will be more than happy to treat us to some good old-fashioned bolalo.
Oh, Tagaytay special.
Yan, diba?
That's right.
Yeah.
And we also got Caesar Willie from Benguet, Christopher Law from Oregon, US of A.
Great seeing you guys here. And right now, so again, the rules here, so because this is again a 3-day race to 90, each player will get 5 jump shots per day. So let's say Denis finishes his jump shot attempts today. When the match resumes tomorrow, he will get another 5.
Yes.
And Jamie Clark also says he's watching all the way from Palm Beach County, Florida.
And Charlie Alexander Yando from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, and Chad Cossier from St. Petersburg, Florida as well. And Jeff Throde, of course, watching all the way from Paducah, Kentucky.
Jeff Throde, I believe he's one of SVB's friend.
Yeah, I think he is, yes. I think I remember seeing him here. And here is Denis Orcullo. RoboCop looking to pick up his first rack of the day.
Down goes the 10, so 1 Tige.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Captain America going for the break. Break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
Let's see here.
Nothing down, so Denis will go for the safety. Oh, hang on. So he made a ball. Okay.
Yep.
Made the... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4... 8. Okay, so the black 8. Made the black 8, and he's going to go for the safety.
Yep. And by the way, Tim Allen noticed that Denis and Shane are using the same cues, which you mentioned, I believe, this before, partner.
But he is one of Jay Flower's newest member.
Yes.
Denis Orcullo. So yung cue niya is on its way. Its way here.
So he'll just be delivered to his door.
That's right.
Nice. Yeah, and as we mentioned here, and I believe he's also being sponsored by Tom Chalk, I believe.
Yes.
Tom Chalk is also one of his sponsors.
So lots of balls at the middle. So yun, tinago niya yung pato up table.
So ang balak niya dito, mukhang ano to? Baka 2 rail kick kaya naman to, no?
2 rail kick.
2 rail kick.
Getting some separation, yeah.
Tapos susubukan niya itago yung pato dun sa likod ng cluster na yan. Ooh.
He's still okay.
Actually, yeah. Looks like, what do they call it here locally? Consolation prize?
The second prize.
Yep. So, yep. And also, John Ray Camelo is... Yeah, John Ray Camelo, thank you for watching as well. And that's going to be ball in hand because that's a foul committed by Shane Van Boening. And it looks like Denis Orcullo. Both of these players can be very ruthless on the table. Because when you see these two go to work, it's basically a case of who will eat each other first. Yeah, I believe. I believe that's the one we were talking about. The challenge match he had against Shane Van Boening, where he won 120 to 119, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was last year. And last year din na-induct si Denis Orcullo sa
yes.
PCA Hall of Famer.
Yes, that's right. And very well deserved. So becoming only the fourth Filipino to be inducted into the Billiard Congress of America's Hall of Fame.
So we've got Efren Reyes, Django Bustamante,
Amang
Parica, and
Denis
Orcullo.
Yep. And I wouldn't be surprised if if a few more Filipinos join the ranks very, very soon. You're right, Jonathan. Denis has switched to a very nice-looking carbon fiber shaft. And it seems to be working very nicely for him right here.
That's the second. Think about the weather, whether it's hot or not.
Yes.
It's going to be fine. Oh, almost losing the cue ball there. Well, that break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
10 ball going down, so since he did not call the 10 ball, that's going to go back on the spot.
Yep, automatic respot.
But he will get to continue to decide whether he will go for the safety or the push out.
Mr. Reynaldo Wong Sebunga from Butuan City. Good evening.
Ayan. Tsaka si Nicole Mel. Alit also say pa-shoutout po. RoboCup for the win. Ayan. And Sam Tragus is actually asking how long did Denis play with the Mucci Pro for? I'm not aware of how long he was on that brand.
Yeah, we'll try to ask him.
We could probably ask him later.
Yeah.
Maybe if he's available. But yeah. That's going to be a very interesting question here. But right now, Denis Orcullo.
Shane returns the push.
Yep. And for those who might be, of course, wondering why we implemented this rule, well, we implemented this rule to, of course, force the players to get more creative in how they win the game by putting them on even footing. Because the break, of course, it's a very strong factor in determining how a player can perform. So you take this out, and then you get to see if it's their shot making that becomes more of the big, what do you call it? That becomes more of the, what's the word for it? It becomes more of the factor itself in this match. That's what
the defining factor.
Exactly. Got that right. Oh, nice there. Now he's got a shot on the 2 to the side. I'm wondering, he may try to land it somewhere near the middle of the table so he has a shot on the 3.
I think he's going for the corner.
Oh, corner it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
between the 9 and 4. Beautiful.
Wow, that's nice. He went for the shot that would give him better a better preparation and
A closer look at the 3.
No problem there.
Simple 2-railer. Toby Atkinson Stogner, happy viewing. Saying here, I've watched so many people crack their wooden shaft in a fit of rage, but never seen a carbon fiber break.
Actually, yeah. Although I know that carbon fiber can still break, but it takes a lot more to break it.
A lot more effort.
Takes a ton more effort. I think there was an incident where I think Earl actually broke one. I think. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I think it was where Earl actually broke his wooden shaft.
Yeah, I
because-
think that was in the Moscone Cup.
Yeah,
Not sure what year, but definitely I remember Earl breaking his cue.
yeah. So it's definitely happened. That is nice. Sweet little cut there.
Flirted with that side pocket just a bit.
Yeah, well, he executes beautifully still. Now, the big question for Shane is how to get position for this 8 ball because the 9 is limiting the ways he can get to it. Oh, I think he just gave himself just the right angle to go for it. Nice
Yeah,
job.
Perfect.
And Enrico Ang saying shout out to everybody and shout out to you too. Thanks for tuning in.
Doc Nicky, Enrico Ang. Good evening.
And Yetbo says, good evening, everyone. Shout out, please. Thank you for tuning and thank you for joining us as well.
Christopher Law, does anyone know what the first cue Shane played with? I have the answer. Please.
Yes. Oh, yes, please. Or better yet, share that after we go to after the commercial break. Maybe.
Yeah. All right, down goes another.
And that break from SVB is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth, the official cloth, right here at Sharks. And let's see, Denis Orcullo sees the 1, so he'll try to go for a safety here somewhere. There he goes, went for the safety.
Cue ball behind the 10.
Oh.
Okay, pops out.
Mm-hmm. Well, it pops out, but it still doesn't give SVB much to work with.
Yeah, still no shot on the 1.
Mm-hmm. And Corey, to answer Corey Scheider's question, yes, that's 5 jump shots per day. So meaning if Denis, let's say he finishes his 5 total jump shot attempts, he will have to wait until the next day to be able to get another 5 jump shot attempts.
Okay, so apparently the first cue that Shane used is a Mucci, according to Jeff.
Oh, a Mucci.
A
A Mucci
Mucci.
cue. That's a classic cue right there. It's a classic. I've actually tried playing with a Mucci before. It does feel quite different. I mean, I didn't notice it initially, but now that I think about it, it did feel somewhat different from the usual cues because the cues I used to play with before are the Pampanga cues, since I think you
Yeah.
know that I'm from Pampanga, and
Yeah.
the predominant cues in Pampanga are usually
locally made
the locally
cues,
made ones
yeah.
because we have a lot of wood makers over in Pampanga, especially from the town of Guagua. They do a lot of woodwork, wood carving, and they often make these cues. So for Mark Alex Monsalud, yeah, for now they are using the same cue.
Not same.
Not exactly the same, right?
Yeah, same brand.
Same brand, but
yeah, different model.
Mhm.
I think Shane is using the Ghost Edition, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, hang on, let's double check.
I think we'll get a better view of it from here. Now, what does it look like to you, AJ?
If it's the gray one he's using, that's the Ghost Edition.
Ah, the Ghost Edition's the gray one.
Yeah.
Let's see. And we're still confirming that. We just want to be absolutely sure because, again, Denis Orcollo is currently has just signed his sponsorship deal with J Flowers, which is why he is wearing J Flowers logo, the J Flowers logo on his clothing here.
It's just that the queue or his queue hasn't arrived yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe next week. Maybe 2 weeks from now.
It
We
could
don't know.
Actually, it might already be coming in tomorrow or something. We don't really know.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna find out soon. There you go. Oh, look at this.
He's about to claim his third with this 10 ball. Denis gets 3. That break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth. Okay, he made a ball. Made several balls.
And by the way, for those who are noticing the trophies there, near the area where near the
Sharks
top of the
logo.
table. Yeah, near the Sharks logo. Those are the finalist and champion trophies for the Philippine 9-ball Open. So that means that, and of course, let's also not forget that the top 32 finishers will get a share of the prize pool worth 1 million pesos. The champion will get 500,000 pesos. But even if you make it to the top 32, you will still have, you will still be able to get a little something for your effort. I believe that's 2,500 if I remember correctly. So you're still going to get something. So to Junior Ricardo, our score right now is 3-2 in favor of Robocop Denis Orcullo. And he's going to try and hide this. Ooh, it popped out.
Okay, now he has left a possible bank to the side for Denis.
SVB trying to hide it.
Oh, a little help with that 8.
Well, he'll take any help that he can get. He'll take any help he can get. We'll see that replay again. So, again, if you take a look at it here from the top view.
Brush the 8, and it perfectly lands to the side.
Yeah. And again, even in this kind of match, luck still does play a bit of a role here. It's just that the role of luck is somewhat reduced because here it really depends more on the player's skill, especially since there's no chance of a break and run in this match.
Landed pretty awkward here. Still taking this to the side. Nine also to the side pocket. 2 balls remaining. And he's about to get his 4th rack. Robocop. Final ball.
And there you go. It is. I mean, you wouldn't mind getting beaten solidly.
I wouldn't mind.
Because it's feeder Gorst.
That's right.
And by the way, that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. And by the way, thank you for answering that question, Jeff. I appreciate it. And appreciate the clarification. Scotty Bowley is asking what's the pocket size for this accurate table engineered by Raston Billiards. The pocket size is 4 1/4 inches.
At least 4 1/4, yeah.
So that's the corner pockets at least. I think the side pockets might be slightly wider. And also to Carlito Victorino, he says, "Good evening, mga idol, at magandang gabi din sa'yo."
Good morning to Carrie Ann Allman. Carrie Ann is here.
Yeah. Well, I think Carrie didn't want to miss seeing it here. And also Rosel Gadiano saying Fedor Gorst against Anton Raga. You know, that would be a nice one to see. I'd like to see the Dragon and the Ghost in one-on-one action. That would be gold right there. Uh-oh. Mukhang mukhang may tira dito sa side si SVB. Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Kind of unexpected from Shane.
Well, yeah, he was trying to compensate for the 2.
Mm-hmm.
So he needed to apply some inside spin.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately,
missed,
that caused
yeah.
him to miss wide.
Yeah.
And you're right. And to answer Alex Restrepo's question, this is actually a 4.5 by 9 foot table. The standard professional size. Would that be right? Would that be right, partner?
Hang on. The pocket or the table?
The table length.
9 foot.
9 foot, right?
Yeah,
so it's
9 foot.
4.5 by 9. Okay. So basically, that would be the professional size table. Some great matches, good, and of course we have a lot of great matches lined up. This is just the first of Shane Van Boning's 3-match swing here at the Mecca of Pool. From April 29th to May 1, he will be taking on the Black Tiger, Carlo Biado. So it will be the It'll be the 2021 World 9-ball champion versus the 2021 U.S. Open 9-ball champion squaring off. It's gonna be a blockbuster match right there. And sabi pala ni Marvin Rabi Makabalita, pa-shoutout po, taga-Libis by sa Caloocan City. And looks like he might be going for the 5-9 combo to get this out of the way.
Nicely done.
Mm-hmm. Well, he can make the 5, but this 6-10 is still going to be a bit of a challenge for RoboCop.
Well, he can draw and maybe try and attack the 10 using the cue ball.
Mm-hmm. It looks pretty straight in from here. I'm not sure, because I was thinking if he could find some way to get closer to the 6. Oh, I think he'll go for the 6-10 carom, I guess.
Yep.
10 ball, corner pocket.
Okay. Beautiful shot right there.
Yep.
Denis Orcollo.
And Denis Orcullo.
8 synergy. I think Denis also uses 11.8.
That break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. So 11.8, I guess.
I remember Denis saying that he likes 11.8.
Oh.
So most probably he's using an 11.8 shaft right now.
And considering the one advantage of having a much narrower tip, it allows the players to
Get more spin. Yeah.
To apply more spin. Of course, the downside of that is it's also easier to miscue, which is why these players really train themselves to hit it every time as consistently as possible. This is going to go and try hide it.
Uh-oh.
And it's not gonna get there.
Hang on. I think he got him hooked by the 4.
Yeah, I think Shane might still be able to see a very thin sliver probably of that one.
Left side of the 1. Oh, enough to make the 1 ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, again, can't underestimate SVB when he starts going to work on shots like that. And Pink Floyd Mangliwan is saying, "Go Dennis for the win," watching from Asuncion, Philippines. And Kirby Malabago Noval saying, "Good evening, shout out watching in at Sharks, good luck, especially my idol SVB." Oh, he went for the carom.
Oh, yeah, he heard you, Jeff.
Yep.
He heard you, Jeff.
He smelled the carom from Sharks, the Mecca of Pool.
So they might be asking, what's Battle Siege 2 and 3? So Battle Siege 2 is SVB versus Black Tiger, Carlo Biado. And the Battle Siege 3 is the match against Livan. SVB versus Livan Corteza.
Oh, yes. I think that's the one I'm actually waiting for. By the way, that break was brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth, and that was beautiful there. Now here's the question. Since Denis has an open look on this one, what kind of safety will he pull off here to try and frustrate Shane Van Boening?
Attention.
So he goes for the push instead. And
One ball, corner pocket.
by the way, Nathan Audette is asking how's the new table holding up and playing. Looks similar to the Gold Crown. Yeah, actually our old table before was the Brunswick Gold Crown 4 before we switched to the Mr. Sung Acura table. It actually plays very well. Most of the players here have said that the players have played very well. And we're going to see that there. Well, let's see now what Shane Van Boening is going to have for an answer here, because he definitely has to look at this one to the corner.
One ball, corner pocket.
Shane Van Boening now not too happy with where he ended up, so let's see what he'll try to do here. Wow, that was beautiful. And look at that setup for the 4. Shane Van Boening doing exactly what he does best, and that is get through the racks right here. So to answer Stephen Ang's question, yes, the modified rule basically states that for 10 ball, for our professional one-on-one 10 ball matches, the players must go either for a safety or a push out immediately after the break. So there's no break and run option here, unless I think the closest you can get to it is if somebody makes a scratch on the break.
Oh, I think he got himself in trouble here.
Yeah, a positional error definitely.
Right pocket.
Called the 6 to the side. Trying to kick it in. Uh-oh, cue ball.
Uh-oh, ooh. He certainly didn't want that.
Ball in hand.
And looks like Denis Orcullo is going to have ball in hand, and he's going to try and take advantage of this opportunity.
Now he's about to wrap this up.
So 7 to the side, 8 to the lower right corner, 9 to the upper right corner, 9 to the lower left corner, and then the 10 probably in the same pocket as the 8. Ooh, look at that. Whips it around. Look at how you whip that spin right there.
Beautiful.
And
So-
Mark White, yeah, by the way, says, how we doing, guys? Thanks for the stream.
Yeah, greetings to Mark White. So he was able to get Denis with this break brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth. Made the 9,
Oof.
as well as the cue ball,
Ow.
unfortunately.
Ugh. And because that's a foul, so that's going to be an automatic ball in hand.
Freedom to run out for
he can run it out.
Shane.
Yeah, he definitely can run it out at this point. So again, I believe that was the 3 ball that kicked it in, or 7, was it the 7 ball? And
Whatever it is, it's disaster for Denis.
And now Shane Van Boening licking his chops, looking to pick up another rack.
Shane Van Boening also participating in the Philippine 9-ball Open. Not sure if anong sitwasyon niya ngayon doon.
I think he said that, I think when we were talking to him earlier, I think he said that he has 2 wins and a loss.
2 wins
And a loss so
and
far.
1 loss.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think he needs just 1 more win to advance to the main draw.
Yeah, question is, who did he lose to?
That's a good question. I actually forgot to ask. The reason I only overheard that because someone actually, I think he mentioned it while he was warming up earlier here. So,
Yeah, we better ask some questions after this.
oh, I'm sure we will. We will. One of us will do that.
Yeah.
One of us will do that. And of course, speaking of Jeffrey De Luna, he basically advanced. He basically got himself in great position when he defeated Reiner Espejo in his preliminary match from earlier today. So the Bull also making a strong case for him to win the Philippine 9-ball Open. And speaking of making a case, a race to 90 over 3 days. And that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth.
Extension.
Let's see. Shane Van Boening. Uh-oh, did he leave an opening for Denis Orcullo?
Well, looks like it, yes. Open shot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all he needs to do is just get to the 3, and I think he's going to be good from there.
So let's see. He can make that in, and then he can pull this down table. He's got the angle to get it there. Oh, but he bumped into that 6.
Well,
but he may
gets a
still-
decent position.
I'll take it. Yeah, if I were Denis, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah.
I wouldn't complain too much. This is something I could still work with. And using some spin there to stun it off the rail. And look at that, perfect position on the 5. And this is a very much an academic layout here for RoboCop. And
Yeah.
again, and for those who are asking, by the way, RoboCop, Denis Orcollo got the nickname RoboCop from his very automatic, almost mechanical movements whenever he plays. He basically plays without any wasted motion, without any wasted movement. He has almost like a robotic style of play.
And I think
it's-
he's also a fan of the movie.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's a pretty cool movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie as a kid. That was a great movie. Oh, okay.
A little bit
that's-
awkward here.
Yeah.
Still manageable.
Would you go for the left corner or the right corner for this?
Well, he's going for the left, but if it was me, I think I want to go for the right. Well, it's, of course, up to the player.
Ah, there you go. Again, it really boils down to what
Preference,
the players,
yeah.
what they're comfortable with. That's right.
Down goes another 10, 7 racks for Denis Orcullo. That break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth. Does he make a ball? 9 drops.
Yep. But no shot on the 1, so might
Yep.
go for a push.
Out.
Might go for a push. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Sweden. Thank you for the clarification. I'm so sorry. Marcus Shamat from Sweden. Yeah, sorry. I think I confused it with another player that he was teamed with in the Mosconi Cup. So Marcus Shamat from Sweden, watching all the way, watching us today. And thank you for joining us. Marcus, all the way from the lovely country of Sweden. And Ricardo Pierce, to answer your question, it's a race to 90 over 3 days. For today, it's a race to 30. And then on day 2, tomorrow, it'll be a race to 60. And then becomes a race to 90 by the final day.
Option.
Okay, so he has left a possible rail first hit on the 1.
Please tell your audio man to lower the music.
1 ball, side pocket.
And all of a sudden, he returns the shot to Denis.
By the way, Renwil Libradilla saying shout out po ka-Sharks from Cabardo Billiard House in Danlugan, Pagadian City. That's nice. Taking the rail first route to get to that 1 ball.
Yeah, it was actually on, and yeah, it was really weird that Shane passed it back.
Well, then again, the issue with a push out is it really is going to be the player's judgment whether to give it back or to take it. So it's really going to be in the player's decision to make that happen.
And let's say hello to Junior Bustamante rooting for Denis Orcullo. Raymond Escueta. Bakit wala pong YouTube?
Again, we have an agreement with the Billiard Network to stream it from their end. So again, we are still streaming it live here on Facebook, but for this particular match, this one will be streamed directly on through the Billiard Network on YouTube, which is why we're not featuring this match on YouTube for today. And I believe that's going to be the rule for the remaining 3 days. So anyway, if you're watching, you can always watch us here on on Facebook. But our coverage of the Philippine 9-Ball Open will be across both YouTube and Facebook. So that's something you won't want to miss. And speaking of no miss. Find out very, very soon, hopefully. That break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. And there's a ball down, so looks like SVB is now going to have to figure what to do with this one. So since he can see it, he'll probably just try to put this into a very difficult safety as he can. But again, the Philippines has hosted a lot of world-class pool events before. Wow, there you go. That was brilliant. Shane Van Boening says, I'm going to make it as tough for you as possible.
Yeah, it is tough.
1 ball, square pocket.
So no jump shot here, definitely, because of the 2. Going for a kick.
Off shot.
Okay, foul.
So Shane Van Boening, it looks like he's in great position to pull away and wrap up this rack. Oh, look at this.
He's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain if I were given this layout.
Winner. Great.
And that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. 9-ball down. And looks like the 2 might follow. Yes, it does.
Nice looking layout.
Well, again, this is because this is not a because there are no break and runs here. Dennis is going to have to think of a safety here.
Yeah, it's a nice layout. It's too nice that he needs to really produce a tight safety.
This is the part, AJ, where if you're a professional player, you kind of have to resist the temptation to really go for the break and run.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
if this were a normal match, if this were a standard match, nice kick and stick there. Oh, well, almost stuck it there, but that's nice. Well, again, you have to resist the temptation to go for the break and run when you have such a nice layout. It's a double test for the player here, whoever is on the table.
Yeah, I understand. It's kind of frustrating if you get a good break, get a nice layout.
Mm-hmm.
You want to really finish the match or finish the rack, right?
Yep.
Unfortunately, they have to deal with the safety or the push out after the
Yes,
break.
That's right. And again, the part about it is it tries to put both players on level ground by
Mhm.
forcing the players to be more creative in their shooting, in their defense, in their shot execution. And looks like Shane Van Boening is in reasonable shape for this 4. Shouldn't be too problematic.
All shot.
Oh, and okay, he has lost the cue ball.
All right, there you go.
Mm,
Well, again, this could a potentially disastrous scratch right here, because that's gonna leave Denis Orcullo a whole lot of room to go to work and make his own mark in this match.
everything is out in the open.
Yeah. I mean, if I were in Dennis's shoes, would I complain? Nuh-uh. If I complain, partner, you have every permit. If I complain about a rack this open, partner, you have every permission. You have every right to hit me. Hit me with my cue stick.
Dennis will be getting his 9th, and Shane
Denis,
still.
And that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. And let's see. So balls are down, meaning that Shane's going to have the option to go for the push or the safe. And I'm betting that the safety will be his more likely plan of attack here. Big question now is how will he hide this?
Probably cue ball behind the 3, let's see. Or hitting it softly and, yeah, trying to get behind the 10.
Well, even even if even if he made that, even if he even if he left a very wide open shot to that 1, the fact that it's up against the 4, that's not going to make things easy at all.
One ball, side pocket. One ball, corner pocket.
Looks like now Denis will have his crack at the table. And he will have a shot on the 1. Now, will he go for the corner or the side? And he looks like the corner to try and get position to the 3.
Oh, he develops position. All right.
Yep. But
Unfortunately, yeah, he tied up the 5 and 7.
Yeah, that's gonna be, I think, that's gonna be something he has to solve to be able to win this rack.
We are joined by Jari Cantere or Jan Habagat, saying a very special match between Orcullo and Van Boening. Happy viewing.
Oh, look at that. Well, didn't get there, but now we are going to see if I were Denis, I'd probably try to hit this as thin as possible and then pull it away from that ball so that I'll force Shane to work on breaking it apart.
Yeah, that could be it. Well, the 5 ball is makeable to the corner. Not a difficult cut here for Shane. Okay, caught the point, but he gets a decent shot on the 7.
Yep.
Simple draw for the 9. 9 to the side as well as the 10.
Looks like he'll go for the same pocket with the remaining 2, I guess. And Shane Van Boening races 75.
This break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
Looks like this
That's
looks like
a
a
dry
dry break.
break.
Yeah. Or to quote Jayson Foster, 3 camels and a palm tree.
Yeah, it's too bad our viewers over at YouTube won't be able to watch this unless if they have a Facebook account.
Right. Well, no worries. We'll make sure that. No worries. Well, the good news though is that we will have this on replay. So if you miss this match, you can get to watch it all over again. We'll be having it here on our official Facebook channel. Again, if you want to get the latest updates here at Sharks, all you have to do is go look up our Sharks Billiard League at YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
I hope we can have that posted
One
soon.
ball, corner pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yung ating mga ibang social media accounts.
Oh yeah, I think it's already in some of our other posters. I think you've seen that. So we're working to make that happen.
Glad to see you here, Kathy Browning, and you are very welcome.
That's right. Thank you. And Doms de la Cruz saying, "Parehas robot yan." Well, they are both very automatic in terms of their play, so it's not actually misleading to call them to see them almost play in a rather robotic style. They are machines, though, yeah. And look at that. And Jazz Villones also joining us here on Facebook. Magandang gabi sa'yo, Jazz.
Hi there, Jasmine. And Kelvin is also saying hi.
Yep, and of course, she is rooting for the South Dakota kid, Shane Van Boening, and can't blame it.
Well, we've got a question here from Mario. Are you guys going to upload the video to YouTube after the match? Well, we're gonna be posting. Well, I'm not sure.
Not
too
sure either. We'll have to check with the management on that one.
Yeah, but we'll be keeping you posted.
Right.
Yeah, once we have the information.
But for sure, it will be reposted here on Facebook when it's all done.
Mm-hmm.
So you can still watch it from the very start. Look.
And shout out to Aish. Irish.
Yeah, Miss Irish. Let's. Can we use that term properly? Miss Irish. We had an understanding that you were supposed to be helping out Mr. Van Boening. Why are you not here? And, well, let's see what Shane Van Boening can do with this. He's got ball in hand.
Extension.
And the South Dakota kid is going to go to work here. And it looks like he has his layout, his attack planned. So let's see. 2 ball to go into that side pocket, and may go for the 3 in the corner pocket. And of course, the key shot here is going to be that combination up table, which will be the 7-5. So because that's going to be an interesting puzzle there. So it's not gonna. So that's definitely not gonna be your makeable combo there. So we're gonna see how Shane solves that little riddle, because everything else is pretty much out in the open. And by the way, Jackie Diamond is joining us here on Facebook. Hi guys, great match and thanks for the stream as always. And we're happy to have you as usual, Jackie. Okay, let's see. Well, he'll have a shot on the 5. I mean, he'll be able to go for the 5.
As a safety.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at the very least, he gave himself a look at the 5. So we'll see if he can do a safety on this. So to Farlene Datic de Vera, you may want to check your
Your
video
settings. Yeah.
I believe if you tap on the video itself on your phone or smart tablet, you'll see a gear icon there. And then when you tap on that gear icon, it will allow you to adjust the quality. So
That's
you
right.
might want to adjust it to a higher resolution because
To at least 720p.
yeah, because what happens, partner, is this. By default, what Facebook or YouTube, the YouTube app will do, when they sense that your connection is lower speed,
Five ball, quarter
it's
pocket.
a slower
They
connection,
automatically
go to downgrade to a
yeah.
lower connection. Yeah, so that's something that that they might want to check just to be safe.
Beautiful
wow.
bank.
Yes.
beautiful
That's
bank.
a definite highlight reel kind of shot right there. Look at this. That is why SVB is considered one of the best players in the world, and you cannot get any more precise than that for a bank shot.
And that's it. So 4 balls remaining at the table. Looking good. Jeff Throat saying, banked it like he was from Kentucky instead of South Dakota.
Ooh, well, he banked it all the way from the Midwest. Well, he banked it all the way from South Dakota all the way to Kentucky with no problem at all.
So that's 7 games for Shane Van Boening. That break is presented by Andy Billiard Cloth.
And James Burnthorne is Jr. also watching from South Louisiana over in the US of A. Thank you for joining us as well.
Mike Trepanier from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It's been a while, Mike. Happy viewing.
Let's see. We also have a viewer from Egypt, Wessam Hammam. Thank you for watching. And Richard Schultz watching all the way from ATL Atlanta, Georgia. And they'll be in the mountains of North Carolina this weekend. Enjoy your vacation. I hope you all have it. And Eman Mohammed is saying hello from the Maldives. The beautiful islands of the Maldives over in the Indian Ocean. Just
Set clock, please.
and Sonia Childs watching also from South Georgia. Ricardo Perez watching from Westlaco, Texas. And of course, Matt Chase cheering on his hometown hero from Rapid City, South Dakota. The South Dakota kid right there. And Justin Mason also joining us from Michigan. Julius Go joining us from...
Ooh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
What a brilliant kick shot from Denis.
Some people are just so good, I swear. Let's see that again. Some shots are so nice, you gotta see them twice.
Look at that. Maybe the shot of the day.
It may well be. It's in contention. It's definitely in contention.
Well, it depends if Shane pulls something better.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he can. I'm very sure. And also, Francis Semanya is watching all the way from the Pinoy Billiard Club in Vienna, Austria.
Good evening.
So thank you for watching all the way from Europe. And we thank you all for joining us here. And again, thank you for appreciating those replays, Mr. Jack Lacson. Thank you for that. And Daniel McKeown watching from South Alabama. Ooh, and unfortunately for the South Dakota kid, that's not going to help his case. So I know he's trying to make his way up the board, but those kinds of scratches are obviously going to be very costly.
And we are joined by Francisco Sanchez Ruiz.
That's right.
FSR, see you soon.
That's right. Joining us to watch live, he is the reigning defending U.S. Open 9-ball champion.
And currently world's #1.
Yep. And to Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, Viva España, my good man. Viva España.
And hello to Mr. Manuel Ang. Happy viewing. From Bacoor, Cavite, we've got Rodel Bercero.
Well, it's gonna be fun when we see Francisco Sanchez Ruiz drop by here at the Mecca very soon. That's gonna be quite a blockbuster day. And it looks like Denis Orcullo inching closer to ending this rack.
And of course, FSR will be going up against Denis as well. Denis Orcullo and Anton the Dragon Raga.
Oh, there you go. That's gonna be fun. And yes, we will see you soon, mi amigo. And we're gonna be very excited to see Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, another international talent, grace the halls here at Sharks. And meanwhile, in Tacloban City. And by the way, that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth.
See. One ball, corner pocket.
Oh, that's a miscue. That's a clear miscue right there.
Yep, that's gonna hurt.
Uh-huh. So now he has given another chance for Denis. Chance to get to 11 racks. Denis Orcullo with ball in hand.
And again, it's going to be an opportunity for RoboCop to extend that lead. And he goes for the 1-7 combo. And by the way, Reynaldo Wong Sibunga is watching from, it says, shout out kay Mr. Chong Ortiz, bilyarista ng Butuan City. And
Richie Cunningham from Roanoke, Virginia.
Mhm.
Happy viewing.
And Rocky is watching all the way from Davao. And let's see here. And Tanvi Valim is watching all the way from the state of Maryland.
Ramil Bukod from Zaragoza.
Yep. And let's see here. And Christian Incandela is watching from Jacksonville, Florida. Ah, there we go.
Jacksonville, yeah. From Bangkok, Thailand, Gary Holstein. Happy viewing.
Mhm.
Sawadika.
And Eric Brown is watching us also from Louisiana State. A lot of people watching from the U.S. South. Thank you guys for watching. And Trent Summers as well, watching all the way from the great city of Houston, Texas. Home of the Rockets and home of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory of NASA. Basically, the boys who keep us in touch with the space probes that are, and the rockets that are out there. And Lito Alqueza Ayala says, pa-shoutout po from Davao de Oro. And Ron Jacomi is watching from South River, New Jersey. And Dave Rup Narayan is watching from Queens in New York City. Ooh. I wonder if he's the king of Queens by definition. And by the way, Steve Zabilski watching all the way from North Dakota. And speaking of which, there you
South Dakota Kid Edition Q. Definitely a Q-Tech butt, but not sure if it's the SVB edition.
And that break, by the way, is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. But yeah, it's definitely a Q-Tech from what we could identify.
Yeah.
Just not 100% sure about the model.
From New York, Pennsylvania, we've got Team Weaver. Tim Weaver.
Tim Weaver, yep. That's Tim Weaver joining us today. And he's definitely starting his Sunday on the right note with two world-class athletes, Denis Orcullo and Shane Van Boening.
Raymond Escueta. Q-Tech gamit ni Idol Denis, hindi J Flowers. Yung J Flowers Q niya, on the way pa lang.
Yes.
Parating pa lang yung kanyang J Flowers.
So for the meantime, just using the Q-Tech in the interim until his brand new J Flowers Q comes in, and that's gonna be very, very interesting. And Zi Chu is asking, is this match using the Mr. Song table? Yes, you are correct. This is the Mr. Song Acura table engineered by Rasen Billiards. And as we mentioned in our poster earlier, we're now offering it for sale here in the Philippines, exclusively through us here at Sharks.
Beautiful speed.
Yep. So he puts it pretty close to that 9. So with that range, not sure the jump is an option. So he may just choose to kick around right there. So again, the table that we are currently using is a Mr. Song Acura table that's engineered by Rasen Billiards of China. It's a fantastic table. Very nice looking. You are right. And thank you, Ji Chu, for sharing your thoughts on that one. And Vishan Shiucharan is watching all the way from New York City. Thank you for watching as well. In the meantime, Denis, I think he didn't want that.
Yeah.
He didn't want that.
Well, looks like he needs to go for a kick again, calling the 2-ball to that corner pocket, which he called just now. So it's a two-way shot, so in case if he doesn't make the 2, he gets some separation. So he has, this time missed the 2-ball entirely.
Right.
Because earlier he went for the 1-ball. That was a really good kick.
Yes.
Made it to the far corner.
And well, now it'll be Shane Van Boning's turn to get ball in hand and use that to potentially put this rack in his side of the ledger. So Jocker Mariano Kalibuyet is asking.
Meron, may upuan naman.
Meron, it's just out of sight sa camera. Hindi lang po lata.
Hindi lang kita.
So if you see where Denis is sitting, the chair is on the same, against the same wall kung saan sandal yung picture, yung chair, yung upuan ni Denis. It's just on that same row, but it's out of sight of the camera, kaya hindi lang po siya nahalata.
Shout out to Lucky Lianes.
Ayan. Tama nga siya. Solid ang laban na to talaga.
Solid talaga. And Kelvin wants to greet somebody.
Good afternoon, good evening, Sharkanatics. This is your fluffy man, Kelvin Gomez. I would just like to give a big shout out to my lovely queen, Angelica de la Cruz Nanyong, and to my beautiful princess, Rinoa Hartili Nanyong. Currently, they're doing some bonding, mother and daughter bonding, doing the best thing that they can do, shopping.
That's nice. I
Use-
approve of that.
Yeah, using my own funds.
You using your own funds. That is harsh. That is
Just kidding. Just
that
kidding.
is harsh.
Just kidding.
And by the way, Ramil Oregas says he's watching all the way from Seattle, Washington, and and that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. And man, Denis certainly didn't want that to happen, but that's gonna be a scratch. PK Yap saying hello, good evening, everyone from Malaysia. And Travis Smith is greeting us from the great state of Montana over in the US of A. Well, the scratch is definitely going to give Shane Van Boening the opportunity to look for a possible run out, but with how the balls are scattered, that's going to be challenging here. And PJ Daza watching all the way from Borongan City in Samar. Thank you for watching. And Christian Lloyd Pacificar, thank you for joining us as well. And Bruce Crawford, another native from Rapid City, South Dakota, cheering on the South Dakota kid, Shane Van Boening. So a lot of people from Rapid City, South Dakota coming together to support their native son. And JSQ Sales watching all the way from Florida as well. Oh, and look at that. It looks like Shane, unfortunately, might have sold it here. He certainly didn't have that in his plan, but, well, it looks like it'll be Denis Orcullo going for... trying to go for a run out here. So just to clarify the rule, Jeff. So yes, if the if the player scratches on the break, then the player coming to the table can choose to run it out. So that's the only way that the mandatory push out safety rule does not. That's the only way that it will be null and void. And in that case, if you commit a scratch on the break, then your opponent will have free reign to do whatever they want. So that's actually how it works here.
Winner, Denis Orcollo.
And Denis Orcullo break. With that break brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. And he's made a ball on the break, so he should have the option to go for either a push out or a safe. And of course, Shane Van Boening is definitely going to consider all the options here. So he'll try to play safe on this ball. Safety, and that is okay. At least he's not giving Denis Orcullo an easy shot.
One ball, back, corner.
So the question here is whether Denis Orcullo will try to cut this in.
Good.
Wow, look at that shot. Oh my goodness. Well, he called it. He called that one ball down in that corner pocket, and the bank was picture perfect. What a play. That was definitely a highlight reel shot right there. And Denis Orcullo proving that he is willing to go all the way for victory. And so far, he is looking very good right here. He's got a pretty interesting layout here. He's kind of on the wrong side here of the... well, he may try to draw it a bit. See if he can draw it back. He'll go 3 rails. Oh, look at this. Wow, look at that positional play. And Denis Orcullo. What a fantastic play there. As he lands position, reasonable position to the 4. It looks like Denis Orcullo is going to have to go for this. So he uses his remaining timeout. Remaining extension, rather. And Denis Orcullo trying to travel up. Oh. Well, he knocked into the 6, so that's going to force a bit of a shot here on the 5. And well, Michael, Air, to answer your question, well, these are the specialized rules that we have developed here at Sharks, especially for our professional one-on-one 10-ball matches. So essentially, the objective of that rule is to negate the break as a factor here, forcing the players to focus on their defensive skills and their actual shooting. So no break and run here unless you actually scratch. Denis Orcullo. Ooh, wow, that was close. That was very, very close. What a nail biter there by Orcullo.
Corner, 9 ball.
So we'll go for the 9 in the corner pocket, which should give the cue ball natural angle to head to where it should be for the 10. Wow, he missed that one. Oh my goodness, that was such a big miss. But here's the thing. Will Shane Van Boening be able to cut this in?
Nine ball back, corner.
He went for the two-way shot. That was brilliant. So in the event that the 9 ball went down, he would have a shot on the 10. But in the event that it didn't, he would at least force Denis to go for a jump.
Good.
Wow, spectacular jump shot there. Look at that. Definitely quite a run there. And now, this for his 13th rack.
Winner.
And that break from RoboCop is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. And that looks like a dry break. But on the bright side, no easy shot here for Shane. So SVB may think of a push out here instead.
Option.
Now Shane Van Boening basically forcing Denis to take a look here. And I think Denis says, all right, you know what? Go for it. And now Shane, we'll see what SVB's plan is here. For sure, he had to have a plan as a backup just in case Wow, that was a nice attempt right there. Nice shot. The big question now here is, can Denis still see enough of that one? And he may be able to. Oh, he did. There goes the 2. And looks like he will end it early here with a 2-10 combination to go up 14-8.
Winner, Denis Orcollo.
Denis Orcullo saw the 2-10 combination. That break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. It's the official cloth right here at Sharks. And that's the cloth, by the way, that we're using. It's Andy Premier.
Push out.
So we've upgraded to Andy Premier for this blockbuster match. And of course, this is going to be also the cloth that we'll be using moving forward here.
Option.
In the meantime, Denis Orcullo playing. It's going to be a bit of a safety battle here, looks like. Can Orcullo make this one, or will he just play safe? We'll find that out.
Reset clock, please.
And by the way, a shout out from NJ pool player, New Jersey pool player, to his friend Finau Sports Fishing, #1 live stream fishing stream. And thank you for that. And to Finau Sports Fishing, hope you have a good one. Oh, wow.
Bowling hand.
And the South Dakota kid, well, he was certainly starting to look like he wanted to come back there, but then Denis Orcullo suddenly seeing daylight here, and he's gunning for it. So to Ben Howard, at this time, this match is being streamed exclusively on Facebook. So you can just watch this match live here on the Facebook app or through facebook.com and then logging into your Facebook account. So you can watch it through a live. So you can watch it through the live, through our Facebook live feature. Well, again, a lot can happen here, but right now, Denis Orcullo doing what he has to do, and he's so far been delivering. And over on Facebook, Anthony Dow from Redwood Falls, Minnesota says hello. Get ball in hand when you make a foul, when you commit a scratch. And by the way, that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. And let's see here. Now, Shane Van Boening now has looking to capitalize on the dry break this time. And of course, he's going to try and play safe on this. That is nice. That is very nice. Very well done. Choose wisely, says Shane is never a day one player, so as long as the gap is manageable, we can start to see him come out in day two. And that's something I'm actually looking forward to seeing him do. Even if he's starting off slow on day one, it's not impossible for him to actually come back. A nice kick there. And it looks like he is going to leave a shot on the one. Now, the thing here is he can go for the most likely candidate for a pocket here is the upper right corner if you're viewing from the breaker's view of the table. Joe Lichtenham saying, "Come on, Shane," from back home in Rapid City, South Dakota. So Joe Lichtenham is also sharing his showing his support for the South Dakota kid, another native of Rapid City. So it looks like the people from Rapid City coming out in full force to support SVB, and rightfully so. And Edwin Riodique Lamina says, "Pa-shout out from Valencia, Novaliches, Spain, rooting for kababayan Denis Orcullo." Thank you for tuning in. And Shane Van Boening lands that one. And now he gets a shot on the 2. Not sure if it passes to the side, but he should. But if he focuses, getting it into that top corner pocket should be fine. Oh, he bumped into that 5, but I think that's going to still work in his favor. And by the way, Raymond Wisniewski watching all the way from Michigan. Let's go, Shane, he says. And Eric Jose Villalba saying, "Saludos desde Moroa," from Sucre over in Colombia. And also Clyde Brockman from Cincinnati, Ohio, cheering on Shane Van Boening as well as Matt Stoser. And Mr. Stevenson D, head of our graphics design team here at Sharks, is watching all day from Quezon City as well. And by the way, William Perez says, "Vamos Van Boening." So he's definitely cheering on the South Dakota kid as well. That's a good question, though. Michael Iyer says, "Are Shane and Denis friends off the table?" That's a good question. I probably might say that they probably are more like civil rivals than anything else. The ones that you might consider actual friends would be Efren Reyes and Django Bustamante, for example. Those two guys, now those are friends. Those are guys who literally will pick on each other. They are literally best buds. And speaking of best buds, Shane Van Boening picking up a scratch there. Man, he is struggling here. He's struggling here, and he's definitely... The scratches have really not given him much opportunity to get into the swing of things here. And he's hoping to get past those, but right now, Denis Orcullo doing exactly what he needs to do. So if we're talking about
the 8 in favor of Denis Orcullo, of course we're expecting a tight match between them.
That's true. By the way, that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. And you're right. I was expecting this to be a little more closely fought, but to be fair to Shane, he's had some bad rolls with the balls, especially with a number of scratches and with the number of scratches he's been getting throughout this match. That's really derailed his momentum.
And we know where that leads.
Yeah, because again, at this level of pool, one scratch, one foul, that could be the end of it for you. Wow, look at that. That is what I call a defensive stop. So basically what he's going to be doing here is he's going to force SVB to go in there.
Maybe a slow two-rail kick. Needs to hit it softly. Okay.
I'll take that response. That was a brilliant
Nice
response.
answer, yeah.
Yeah. That's probably going to be one of those daily doubles on Jeopardy, if you ask me.
Toby Stogner is saying Al-Qaeda and FSR had the same here too.
Are they talking about the Mohawk? The Mohawk
Could
lifestyle?
be, could be.
Well, yeah, because right now here in Sharks, we only have one. Wait. How many guys do we have here at Sharks that have the Mohawk? Just Magic Mike,
Amateur
right?
player?
Yeah, aside from Magic
I
Mike.
think it's just Mike.
Magic Mike,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Magic.
Madison Ortiz saying, "Hey Sharks, thanks for putting on this amazing event." Madison Chickboy Ortiz from Virginia, US of A.
So let's go Team Q-Tech, and that obviously means Shane Van Boening.
That's
part
right.
Of the Q-Tech family.
For the longest time, I think more than 10 years. Safe to say, more than 10 years.
Yeah.
Or 15.
Oh yeah, yeah. And let's not
Am I right, Madison?
And of course, let's not forget that Shane Van Boening is also sponsored by Andy Billiard Cloth as well.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, wow.
He may have to jump over.
Yeah. I think Shane might finally have to pull out the catapult and get ready for an attack.
Michael Robertson, we are coming to you live from the Philippines.
That's right. The Shark Tank located in Quezon City, Philippines. So we're located here in the heart of the big city. And what a shot there. Shane Van Boening with a perfectly executed jump shot. The kind of jump shot that would make you wish we could do it. I'd want to be able to pull off a jump shot that good.
Oh, what have you done, Cannon?
I was talking about the jump shot.
Now
not
that's
about
too
that.
much praise.
Come on. Shane can do it. He's good. He's just not had the benefit of some good rolls here. It's really the rolls of the balls have been a little unfriendly to Shane right now. And yep, you're right. To Robert Gudzikowski, you're right. The time difference between the east coast of the U.S. and the Philippines is currently 12 hours, and that's a foul. And looks like Shane Van Boening may have another crack at this table. And Leo Musk says, huge kudos for today's Sharks event, watching all the way from Littlestown, Pennsylvania. And Freddie Cabantao is also watching all the way from Dubai, United Arab Emirates.
And one of our cameraman, Rodel Alcantara, tagay daw ng vodka. Wow, enjoying vodka while watching.
Aba, Sir Rodel, baka pwede ka naman magpadala dito ng ano? Magdala ka naman ng extra dito. Kasi Kelvin nandito din. Makiki-ano rin siya, makiki-party rin siya.
And Jari Cantero or John saying Shane Van Boening and Denis Orcullo may super same idol. Good luck to both, says Jari Cantero.
Looks like Shane Van Boening may finally be getting the break that he needs to get himself back in contention.
Yep, a much needed break here. Ball in hand.
And Michael Robertson is watching all the way from Virginia State in the U.S. And Galon Surya is watching from Indonesia and supporting Denis Orcullo, who I believe was there recently.
Yeah. I think a month ago or 2 months ago.
Yep.
Well, anyway, terima kasih and salamat malam.
Tiziano Russo is favoring SVB, while Mark Jayson Pagao hoping for a victory from RoboCop, and Daryl Di Malibot wants a shout out all the way from the land down under Australia.
Gary Thomas, it's not the SVB edition, but it's definitely a Q-Tech butt. a Q-Tech Q, because of course he's using the synergy. 11.8.
There you go. And Shane Van Boening for this rack.
9 games for SVB. Denis Orcullo with this break brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
And Rana Nasardine says, supporting Shane Van Boening always from the United Arab Emirates. And Rob Leeper giving our production, saying that we have a great setup. Looks great. I like the replays and production. Well, thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Rob Leeper.
I'm sure, and Rob Leeper seems to find the quality here. But this is gonna be quite a situation here. So he goes for the push out. And the question now is whether Denis Orcollo will be going for it, will be taking the shot again, or if Shane Van Boening will have his own plan of action.
Reset clock, please. 8 ball, corner pocket.
Wow, there you go. Ooh. Well, that's still a very uncomfortable shot that Shane has to deal with here.
And of course, we'd like to greet Emong Valenzuela. Mark EJ Kunanan, mabuhay ka.
Yon.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yon. At saka syempre magandang gabi din sa kanya. Tsaka sa kanya mabuting may bahay na si Glenday, Madam Glenday.
Glenday, that's right.
Yung kanilang sobrang bibong na anak na si Zach Austin.
Yun.
Yung anak nilang superstar daw kung sumayaw.
Wow.
At saka palala natin kay Emong that while billiards is life, family life is importanter.
Beautiful shot right there.
Ooh,
Curves
wee.
the cue ball and hits the 1 ball perfectly.
That's how you must say it. That's how you do an Efren-esque kind of must say right there.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I'll take that any day. And I think that's going to open up this rack dramatically.
Yes, you can say that again. Jocker Kalibuyot, magandang gabi sa'yo. Happy
Yeah.
viewing.
Kahit si Stevenson, si Boss Stevenson Dees ng graphics department, na-impress din.
Of course.
And looking very good right here. Let's see. So, yeah. So, kay Jongjong Lopez, basta kailangan lang naka JNT Express po yung Puto Kalasyaw para solve tayo dito.
Hindi mo pa talaga tinigilan, no? Sa Puto Kalasyaw.
I'm sorry, it made me hungry. just kidding. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. And Pando, that's actually an interesting suggestion. Call it East versus West, the Efren Reyes Cup. That's not a bad idea. No jump shots. Wow. That's going to be an interesting stipulation.
Because it's the Efren Reyes Cup.
Exactly, yes.
So
we
no
know
jump
that
shots.
We know that Efren's not exactly a fan of the jump shot. So
Yeah. But he actually made something historical here at Sharks. He actually used the jump.
He
jump
actually
view.
did.
Yeah.
He actually did.
SVB going for the break. Break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
There you go. 1 ball down, and that's a nice spread.
Nice spread, but of course they have to play safe or
That's right.
a push out.
And look at this. Shane Van Boening thinking about his options here because he has a pretty open spread. That's actually going to make it harder for him to come up with something.
That's right.
So we're going to find out what he'll be doing here.
Well, he could send the cue ball back if he wants to. Let's see if he does. Or going for the push.
So trying to make it like a 50-yard line kind of shot right there. There you go. And let's see if Denis decides to go for it or if he'll let SVB try it. And Shane Van Boening back on the table right away. I don't think he even sat down for that one. He was really waiting for Denis to make his move.
Justine Tan saying, why need to play safe after each break? Well, it's the rules by the management.
Mm-hmm. And of course, this rule is intended to, again, negate the break, so to avoid break and runs. So basically, this will be all about strategic shot making. And what a play there. That is beautiful. And by the way, Leo Musk is asking the size of the table. So it's a standard 4.5 by 9 foot table. So professional size pool table. Oh, nice shot there. Tucks it
Lays
in.
it off the 8, yeah.
Tucks it in beautifully. And Gary Thomas, thank you as well for your support. Loves the stream, appreciates our hard work. And we'll be sure to let the production team know that we appreciate it as well. Now looks like SVB getting the open layout that he's been fighting for. And now he'll be on the verge of getting his in the double digits. Am I correct? So yeah, he'll be in the double digits territory if he can win this rack.
Currently with 9, going for his 10th. On his way. Cirilo Joshua Samko or Samako from Zamboanga City. Happy viewing.
And Pando appreciating our commentary. And thank you very much for that, Pando. We're happy to help make this very entertaining. By the way, Jeff Spillman is asking what kind of table are they playing on. It's the Mr. Sung Acura table engineered by Rason Billiard. So that's the official table here at Sharks.
Thank you for tuning in, Jeff Spellman.
Mm-hmm. And Roy Santiago is right. I appreciate that. It's definitely a specialized rule. So to answer your question, Michael James, basically the rule in...
Oh my
goodness.
But
what happened?
Yeah, I think he got away from it.
Well,
he got away with it.
Yeah, somehow not as bad as it could have been, but yeah. That was definitely not what he wanted. He definitely didn't want that, but he's looking. He's looking. And Joker Mariano Calibuet is also watching, by the way, from Tuguegarao City, Cagayan.
Extension.
Would you kick this off the rail, AJ?
Yeah, of course. If you're limited to just 5 jump shots, yes, I'd save my jump shots. Oh
wow, that was close.
Yeah.
Hairline. That was a hairline miss, definitely.
Yeah.
By the skin of his teeth. Wow, that is such a close one. And well, SVB is going to have another chance to win it. And ito pala, si Sir Rodel's reminding me that
Maaga pa bukas.
Maaga pa bukas. Oh, don't worry, Sir Rodel. I have that call. Butuan City. Did I get that right?
You got that right.
All right, perfect.
That break is presented by Andy Billiard Cloth, but he lost the cue ball in the process.
Right. Yeah, Leo, this is indeed in Manila. More specifically, Quezon City, which is part of Metro Manila. But anyway, that scratch is not going to help Denis Orcullo.
This is Shane's ticket to get to 11.
Yep. It's going to help Shane, though. And I think Shane will certainly be appreciative of that. Rob, by the way, it's alternate break format, meaning that the players take turns going for the break.
And hi to Rodel as well. Rodel Alcantara.
Yes, don't worry, I'll be there. Just call like the song goes. Just call my name and I'll be there.
So let's see if he goes for the combination or if he takes it to the short side of the 6. Probably a combination.
Seven ball, corner pocket.
And over on Facebook, Enrico Ang says, from doing 10-man ring games daily to now broadcasting 2 of the greats of sport, I'm so proud of what Sharks has become in just a span of almost 3 years. Salute to everybody involved, top to bottom, and thank you so much for that. It means a lot to us. And looks like the South Dakota kid is starting to tear his way back up. Well, he just needs this 10 to get his 11th rack of the day.
Win.
That's right.
Break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
And Surya Jaya, thanks for the live stream, and you're welcome. And thank you, and we hope you're enjoying this match featuring Shane Van Boening and Denis Orcullo.
Michael De La Cruz, shout out from Maragusan.
Push out.
You are currently witnessing this exhibition match between Shane Van Boening and Denis Orcullo, race to 90. This is the first day.
Set clock, please. Somewhere. One ball, corner pocket.
Well, let's. By the way, we'd like to make a quick mention that we actually have female players competing in the Philippine 9-Ball Open. So we have, for instance, we have Denise Santos and Iris Ranyola representing the Philippines, and then we have Samia. I forget her last name. I'm so sorry about that. We have Samia from Japan also competing as well. And again, we have female players who compete here regularly. So, and of course, we hope that you guys will keep watching for those. They will be watching there. Would you say that there's a small difference between this table or diamond or predator tables? That's going to be hard to tell, I think. Would you be able to tell that, AJ?
Well, I haven't played on a diamond.
Ah, yeah. Aren't these the ones that have the one-piece slate? Aren't these the really heavy ones? The one-piece slate tables. And again, let's see. And Glenn Ford Fakun says, shout out to Milo Kraljevic. I think I get that correct. I'm so sorry. Jason Monroe, Ken Yee, and Cody Bradley. Katie Reed says, let's go SVB. Leo, Sharks does not have an official website at this time, although you can follow us on our official social media channels because that's where we're based right now. And to Tiongson, this is a race to 90, 30 racks per day over 3 days for a total of 90.
Spread within 3 days, that's right.
And this match, Dylan, is currently not being broadcast on YouTube, although our matches for the Philippine 9-Ball Open will be broadcast for YouTube, as well as I think we're going to have a 10-man ring game also tomorrow, the signature 10-man ring game here at Sharks.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Yep. And there you go. Yeah, Konishi. Here. Samia Konishi. There you. Thank you so much, Heaven GTS. Thank you. Yes, so she's also proudly represented, and I just gave her a new nickname. I'm calling her the Empress moving forward. She's the Empress moving forward. And of course to J. Mark Ken Bartonicio Brunidor saying shout out to all billiard players of Bohol supporting Sharks. Oo. Thank you so much.
Winner. Shane.
All that good food.
Well, that is Vilugao, right?
Yes, if you happen to visit the country, then make sure you visit Vilugao. Break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
And of course, one of the recipes featured there was, of course, a rice porridge, which is called locally in the
Lugao.
Philippines lugao.
Yep.
And that rice porridge, especially with the right toppings, it's perfect. And by the way, Leo Musk is asking, is there live seeing provided at Sharks for guests to view the match? No, this is an enclosed facility, which is accessible only to competitors
And the production
and
team.
the production team, yes.
Attention.
But the new venue that we will be opening very soon, that's going to give access to more people. So we're hoping that will open very soon. What kind of food was that? Well, rice porridge was one of the featured items there. Rice porridge with toppings like egg and meat. And then I recall seeing something like there was beef as well. Like, was that pork or beef that was cooked there?
Side pocket.
Yes.
I think I saw bagnet.
Bagnet,
and
yes. That's double fried pork.
What? Hang on.
Double fried pork. Yeah, that stuff is good.
Yung specialty ng Bicol, Bicol Express.
Bicol Express. Oh yeah,
Bicol
that's
Express.
basically that's meat and
That's
vegetables.
pork cooked with
chilies
coconut milk
and chili
and bagong, which is shrimp paste.
and chili peppers, of course.
And chili, of course,
because
yeah.
they like it. They like it spicy.
Of course, Bicolanos like it hot,
Oh yes, they like it hot and they like it creamy with that coconut milk.
and it complements well. Lugao is rice porridge. Yes, that's right. Doc Nikki Enrico Ang.
That's right. So again, if you happen to be in the Philippines or you happen to be here, just check out Vilugao. It's located right here. It's located right here at our venue, so you can check it out. And by the way, Rome Ace Anenias is asking, where can I get the info of the table they are playing? You know what? We're gonna post the advertisement for that, just so that Rome Ace Anenias can have that later. So I think we can post that later, partner.
Yeah, that's right. After the match, or after this rack, rather.
And you're welcome, Raymond. It's part of our job here to make sure that our fans here are both informed and educated.
Happy to see you here, Raymond Wisniewski. And he's from...
Yeah, he's in the U.S. as far as I remember. I just can't remember where. I think he mentioned it earlier.
Okay.
Alex Pagulayan, no word yet. We have to confirm that with management if he's been invited formally.
Denis, door.
And that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. Alright. So again, magandang gabi po sa lahat po ng ating mga sumusubaybay po dito sa Sharks the Mecca Pool. At kasama ko po ngayon ang aking kapartners na si Mr. AJ Ong. At ito po yung likod si Cannon, the Great White Shark Diary. At saka kasama ko rin pala dito sa likod namin si Mr. Kelvin, the Fluffy Meg Nanyong. So at saka syempre po kasama din ang buong production team dito sa Sharks. At maraming salamat sa inyong tuloy na pagsuporta dito sa Sharks.
One ball, side pocket. Foul shot. Ball in hand.
Looks like Denis Orcullo is going to have a bit of a challenging rack here to work with, because even if he has ball in hand, a lot of the balls are clustered in ways that are rather challenging. So let's see what Denis does here. Let's see. At sabi ni Julius Go, yeah, shoutout sa likod ng Sharks, sa dalawang commentators. Actually, tatlo kami. Yung isa lang, kanina pa nagtatamad lang. Sorry, si Kelvin pala yung panaydighay pala kanina pa. Salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay dito. Salamat kay Julius Go. Thank you for your salamat sa inyong suporta dito. And also si Abner Marasigan saying, shout out from Toronto, Canada. Thanks for the live streaming. At sabi ni Kier S. Labon, pa-shoutout from the outside world. Dapat teka, saan universe ka ba nanggaling?
Baka nasa bahay siya ni Kuya. Kaya shoutout sa outside world.
Nasa or baka nasa looking glass ni Alice in Wonderland yan. Nako, ano to?
Thank you for tuning in.
Kung gaano karaming, akala ko, ako lang ang nakakamoy ng katol dito sa amin. Hindi naman. Anyway, we are happy to have you all here. Abdul Yashar is saying hi to Sharks. Good evening, only from Iligan City.
And this break is brought to you by Andy Premier. Again, shout out to Champ Jeff the Bull de Luna. Thank you so much for the wonderful conversation we had this morning after your match. Such an accommodating person, very, very down to earth. And, well, I was just so disappointed that we had to cut short our conversation because we had to focus on the next match after his battle with Reiner Espejo. But to Jeff De Luna, thank you so much, sir, and good luck to you.
And by the way, so Merle Trivet Jr. is joining us all the way from Pennsylvania State. Thank you for joining us, and they're supporting Shane Van Boening, certainly.
Extension.
So to answer your question, Chris, they're playing for just enough money to make Shane Van Boening fly all the way from Rapid City to Quezon City.
That is 100% true.
And you're welcome, Merle. Thank you for, and we're happy to have you watching us here live. This is a good one. I'm not sure if you know this one. What Q-tip is Denis using? Is that a Kamui? Is that a soft or medium type? Would you have any idea?
I'm not sure. Not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Could be Taum tip.
Could be.
Since he's sponsored by Taum.
Yeah, that's not impossible. And I mean, we do see him with his Taum chalk as of late, so yeah.
Wait, hang on. I wonder how long it would take to learn
The Filipino language, yeah. And that's and then
Ramil Oregas here saying, just marry a Filipino.
Oh, well, you know what? It depends on the Filipina you marry, actually.
Yeah, of course.
Because if you happen to marry one who's more, or you can choose the looser chalk, which is it doesn't stick as long and it kind of gets messy.
Yeah, it tends to be messy.
Yeah, there's that. I just forget which brand that tends to be. And by the way, that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. Master, I believe, is the brand, right? I believe Master Chalk is that. I'm not sure. The one that's a little looser. It's not as hard packed. Yeah, but those are it. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of brands out there. It's really going to depend on what you're looking for in your chalk. It has nothing to do with the color. It has all to do with the composition, the makeup. So my suggestion is just a little research wouldn't hurt.
Okay, Mr. Roy Santiago. As far as I know, yes, they do. They do accommodate the flight and hotel.
Right. And Pam Thurber Salvadore says, "Oh, sorry, that's that's Tony Salvadore here from San Francisco, California. You guys do a wonderful job." So he's asking the size of the pockets. The pockets on this table are 4 1/4.
425, yeah.
And for the sides, I think they go a little wider, don't they? For the sides,
Just a bit, yeah.
about
Could be, could
about
be.
4.5, roughly, I would assume. And Alex Gumban is watching from the shipping vessel. Watching from a shipping vessel over in Sardinia, Italy. Yeah, thank you for joining us there. Thank you for joining us, watching all the way from your ship you're posted to. And yes, to answer Julius Go's question, Jaynard Orque is actually our referee for tonight's game. And by the way, Jaynard Orque is one of our resident players as well. That's a scratch, and that's going to be Shane Van Boening going to work again. Let's see. Shane has sneakers, that's for sure. I'm not sure those qualifies. I don't think Louis Vuitton's qualify as running shoes. But yeah, he does have comfortable sneakers, which I totally would get. I think I would wear the same thing if I were.
Yeah, the last time I saw him, he had LVs on. So most probably he has LVs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's nice. Awesome. Wow. Wow. I want an L. Oh, there you go. It is LVs. Wow. Well. Apparently, apparently, my 4 eyes are not working right now because I'm still recovering from an illness.
Uh-oh. Well, he got in trouble here.
Yeah. What do you call this? A positional error.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Well, Shane's not too happy about it, and who could blame him? Toby Martin, by the way, is juniors watching all the way from Louisiana.
5 balls, side pocket.
Eh,
No more extension.
um, and Sam Roach is watching all the way from Australia. Thank you for watching us all the way from the land down under. And also Gerald Prince Lopez Arsena says, hello boss, pa-shoutout sa mga tropang stoplight from Silang Cavite at sa mga Tuy Batangas na bilyarista. Kaway-kaway. Salamat po. And we also have a fan watching all the way over in China. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, he wasn't able to clear the 9. Well, he has one jump shot remaining for tonight. Will he take it?
6 ball, corner pocket. Land.
Well, yeah, Julius. If hang on, oh, it's Roy. Well, if you want the Class A, yes.
Yeah. if you want the what do you call that? The
Knockoffs.
The knockoffs, yes.
Yeah.
Also in Divisoria.
Actually true. Man, this is gonna be good. Looks like Shane Van Boening starting to catch a little momentum here, and I think he is doing exactly what he needs to do here. And by the way, one of our players here, Abraham the Soulmaster Otico, is joining us as well. So to the Soulmaster, good evening to you. And by the way, he was the very first guy.
match ni
He was-
Shane Van Boening.
Yeah, he was the first guy to face off against Shane Van Boening, and he actually managed to win 4 racks against him.
Yeah,
So,
7 games to 4.
Well,
Wow.
the fact that he managed to still not make it interesting, I'll give the Soulmaster a lot of credit. He played a great game. And speaking of great game, Shane Van Boening, British Columbia, Canada. And Eric Thinks So is watching all the way from Maryland. And that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. Oh, and this time it's another scratch. Wow. Looks like Denis is starting to hit some flat notes here on the break because it's another scratch.
10 ball.
And the Soulmaster saying yesterday was really a great experience for me, a memory to hold. Yes, because when you get to face off against Shane Van Boening, even if you're beaten by Shane Van Boening, it's an honor. I mean, if I want anybody to beat me, it's probably him.
Basta ako, okay na ako. Basta matalo ako ni Abraham Otico.
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Ayan, shoutout sa Abe Otico, the Soul Master.
Mm-hmm.
And what a nice experience, no? Kahit ako, gusto ko talagang makalaban. Ma-experience ko yung to be up against Shane. Okay lang matalo, di ba?
JP Cardeño is watching from Cebu, and Jim Jackson is watching all the way from Houston, Texas. And that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth.
Push out. Extension.
Shout out to Finn Gamayas from Stein Panis Pabilona from Australia.
And Ryan Bustamante is all the way in South Virginia as well. Thanks for watching.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Oh, ooh, that nearly went in. But look at that safety. I'll take that any day. Oh, wow. And Javier Sanchez watching all the way from Mexico. Peyton Doss watching all the way from Huntington, West Virginia. John Brown also watching us all the way from Pelican Rapids, Minnesota. Ay. At saka ano pala, I believe you have someone greeting you, partner.
Ba Maynard Raymond Faundo, magandang gabi sa'yo. At binabati naman ni Baseth Mukaybat si Maria Cassandra.
Ay, wow. Ay, kaya pala.
All right.
Leo Musk is asking, I understand there's a rainy season, time of year. Usually in the Philippines, the rainy season is between May and October, if I remember correctly. Usually.
Hindi ba nagsisimula ng June?
No, it's May. Actually.
May, no?
May. It starts usually mga May pa lang. You start having, that's why may mga May showers, so they call it. Yeah. Alexis Avery Wilson's watching all the way. Sabi niya pa, shout out sa mga taga Ligtong 2 from Chicago, Illinois. And Tom Decker, to answer your question, it's enough. Let's just say it's enough to make Shane Van Boening want to visit the Philippines one more time. Yeah. And Tony, let's see. So Tony Padilla's watching from Gillette, Wyoming with the wife. That's a wise choice right there.
Aba, namimiss daw tayo ni Cassie. Ano ba?
Caps lock pa.
Parang ang layo-layo naman. Diba? We're just what? Few blocks away?
Miss Cassie, we are nearby. We're not that hard to find, obviously. And Eric V. Parales, also great watching from Dubai. Thank you for joining us.
Shout out to Miss Maria Cassandra Quilao. Ganyan ka naman eh. Hindi mo kami binibisita.
Yep.
Sige na nga, pagbibigyan ka namin.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, so just to give you a tip again, so the rainy season, the wet season usually starts from May to October, and then from November to around January, that's the cold dry season, and then from February to April, that becomes the hot dry season. And by the way, the safety battles continuing here between Shane Van Boening and Denis Orcullo. Neither one wanting to budge. And yes, and Moises Mora greeting us all the way from the Dominican Republic. Thank you for watching. Michael Smith also watching from Metamora, Michigan. And Kyle Pereira saying, great match, great commentators. Hello from Sioux City, Iowa. Thank you, Kyle, for joining us. And Matt Collins from North Carolina is tuned in and pulling for SVB. And Christopher always joining us from Angono, Rizal. Let's see. CTQ Man is watching from Connecticut, USA. Manny Aguilar is watching from the great state of Texas. Oh, Terry Urban, another one from Texas. This time San Antonio. And Stephanie Paul cheering on, I believe, her hometown hero, South Dakota's own Shane Van Boening. She's from South Dakota, too. And it's going to be quite a blockbuster day here. So, again, we will have more matches coming up tomorrow. So this is a final match of the day. And what a... Ooh, where did that go?
Oh, well, he wasn't planning on making the 2-ball. Now he's in trouble on the 3.
Did he
He
call
has
it, though?
3 jump shots remaining.
Did he call it, though?
Oh, I think he just did.
Wow.
Oh, hang on. I think... Yeah, hindi. No. Pinasa na lang kay
Well,
Shane.
basically, Denis taking advantage by telling him, no, you get to shoot it again.
Yeah, of course. Walang kita ang tres.
Yeah.
Oh, nice answer. Nice comeback there.
Yep.
So now, question is, will Denis take his final jump shot?
Well,
Is it worth it?
yeah, it's gonna be the big question here, because once he takes this jump shot, he will not be allowed any more attempts. Let's see. Chance Khan is watching this all the way from Mississippi, USA. Oh, that's a nice kick. And he might get away with it too.
Nice result as well.
Wow. So
Although he might have left a real first between the 7 and 6, I think he can pass that window,
Mhm.
bounce off the long rail, and get to the 3.
That's right. Very narrow window there. And Gustavo Rodriguez watching all the way from Panama City in Panama, I believe. All the way in Central America. Oh, he went for it. Well, you're right. He did have a path to it, but making it into a pocket was a different story.
Not a bad leave.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad leave.
And Tom Decker's asking when will Denis Orcullo be back in the U.S. They're still sorting the issue with his visa regarding
yeah.
this one. So once that's sorted, then he should be back in the United States. Oh, look at this. Tried to use it. Did he get enough? I'm not sure he got enough.
I think he's left it. Yeah.
Scotty Gerald is watching all the way from Kentucky, USA, rooting for SVB.
Free ball, corner pocket.
Well, yeah, to answer your question about the voting rights thing, Ramil, it was bragging rights, yeah. And, oh, look at this shot. Whoa, that was close. And by
Very
the
close.
way, yeah, look at this, by the way. It's the reigning defending Philippine 10-ball Open champion, Kyle Raymond Amoroto, saying shout out from the Maldives, Jan.
Nox naman Kyle Amoroto.
Sana all makapuntang Maldives. Sana all.
Wag mo kaming kakalimutan, Kyle, ha? Pasalubong naman dyan.
Yes, please. Bring
Kyle, naging mabait kami sa'yo, ha?
Kyle, we protected you. Now protect us. Just
Oh,
kidding.
and Denis Orcullo wasn't able to protect himself from that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's going to be costly. And it looks like Shane Van Boening will be very happy to do something with this. And Alex Anthony, by the way, watching all the way from Makati. And to Mahindra Ramdat. Yes, that's correct. Each player has a limited number of jump shots per day. So that's 5 jump shots per day. And then this number is reset when the match resumes the following day. So it's a reset total there. Oh, what happened there? Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. SVB, uncharacteristic miss on that 6. And this is a problem when you see Denis Orcullo go to work again. So this is a race to 90, and it's going to be 30 racks per day. That's our battle here.
Winner, Denis Orcullo.
So true, yes.
It's a good thing she has Facebook. Very nice, very nice.
And,
The way that break is presented by Andy Billiard Cloth.
and Menzi Mendoza also joining us as well. Thank you for your continued support.
Mr. Menzi, all the way from Wesley Chapel, Florida.
And Skylar Gilbert, very impressed with some of the shooting that's going on here. Amazing. So Sir Menzi Mendoza is asking who went to compete to the Maldives. I believe that's Johan Chua and Carlo Biado, I believe, and Kyle Moroto.
Kyle Moroto, Carlo Biado, and
Johan, I
Johan
believe.
Chua.
Johan Chua, yeah. So the 3 of them are in the Maldives right now competing in another in an international tournament.
Well, I'm not sure if it's only them. There might be more.
There might be more actually, yeah. But they're the ones that we know for sure are there.
Christian J. Orque, I think he's the brother of Jaynard. Jaynard Orque.
Yep.
Race to 90, 3 days.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and kaya sabi niya, shout out to the referee. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Big bro.
Brotherly support, always good.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Ooh. Well, all right. I'm not sure what he'll be able to do with this.
Yeah, he's going to be thinning the one ball and, of course, making contact with that two ball.
I'm not sure if this question from Tom Decker is for me, but he's asking, "What's your favorite food? Where you're at right now?" Man, that's a difficult question. Although I tend to stick to pizza. Pizza. Well, anyway, it depends. Are you talking about Filipino food? Are you talking about American food, Italian?
Well, maybe he wants to explore the Filipino cuisine.
The standard one usually I recommend is
Adobo.
sisig. Sisig is good. If they want the vegetable dishes like pakbet would be nice.
Yes,
Or
pinakbet.
Yeah, pinakbet would be lovely. That's the one that they cook in bagoong, in the fish paste and in shrimp paste and what's that? Yeah. By the way, to Whale Al Tala, the jump shots are refreshed each day. So whether you have 5 jump shots or 0 jump shots at the end of the current day, for the next day, you get a fresh number of shots. Yeah, so that's what Tom Decker was asking. So he's talking about the food here. It really depends. There's a whole lot of food I like, and it really depends on what I'm looking for. But if I had a food that I probably would eat the most frequently, without question, I still think it's pizza.
And yes, Christian Bawa, happy viewing. This is the second time indeed. Second time. First time they went hill. That was a race to 63.
Oh my goodness, that was beautiful.
Beautiful shot there.
And he's just and he has something to work with on this 3.
Either if he takes this 3 ball to the same corner, or he can try and hide, sticking the cue ball against the 5.
Yeah, he's gonna have some options here.
Taking it to the same.
Wow,
All right.
that is what you call hardcore.
But of course, he's unhappy about this result.
Yeah, he was hoping to end up a little closer
Yeah.
to the rail. Filipino food. One of my favorites is adobo, which is basically pork or chicken that's marinated in vinegar and soy sauce,
Soy sauce,
and garlic,
vinegar, garlic,
and
bay
pepper,
leaves,
pepper.
black pepper.
Yes, that's a classic. Sisig is also good, which is basically pig's ears, face, and then that's chopped up and then fried along with onions, chili peppers.
But they have to know that there are a lot of versions of adobo.
And there are a lot of versions of sisig as well.
What I mean by lots of versions, I mean every household has their own recipe
Yeah.
of adobo.
Like, for instance, if I were to ask your mom how she makes adobo,
Mhm.
it would be different from how my mother makes adobo.
Yeah.
It would be different from how Kelvin's mom would make adobo, and so on.
Yeah, but it's basically using the same ingredients, but the thing is, it's the measurement used.
Yes, absolutely.
Shout out to Nars Villalobos saying my adobo version is the best.
Well,
really now.
You know what? I will challenge her to bring some over so that we can try some of it too. Are you ready, Kelvin?
Wait, Nars. Masarap yung adobo ni Papa Shark. Bakit hanggang ngayon wala pa rin kami natitikman?
Oo nga naman. Please. We want free samples. Come on, free samples, please.
Hindi ko naman kayo liligawan eh. Yun yung sagot eh, no?
We're just asking for a friend. Hashtag.
Ganun na. Siyempre,
Asking
next
for-
time pag 50-ish, but this shouldn't be a problem for Shane.
He'll be fine. Yeah.
He'll be fine.
All he has to do is just focus on getting this to fall. And there's a shot by SVB.
Here comes Shane Van Boening, 4 games down. Of course, catching up. Break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
Oh, there you go. Got that. One ball to go. And, this is going to be an interesting layout for SVB. And by the way, so again, we're broadcasting live from Quezon City, Philippines, here at the Sharks Arena. And of course, thank you for joining us, Ethan. And we hope that you enjoy this. Well, let's see. He might be able to hit this 2-ball very thin, I would think.
Extension.
By the way, Chad Chaturvedi is tuning in from New York City and of course supporting Shane Van Boening. In the meantime, there's a lot of great things happening here. And to Jerry Stuckert, thank you for watching. First time ever. Happy to see you watching as well. Looks like first time watching. Well, this is the great time to start watching. So let's see here. So Menzi Mendoza is asking where we can check the current standings of the Philippine 9-Ball Open. I think it's over on our Facebook
page. Yeah. You can always check our Facebook page.
We do try to post updates, but for now I think it's still the preliminary round, if I'm correct. The double elimination.
Yes. Yep.
So we haven't grouped them in their brackets yet. It's still not yet the single elimination tournament bracket. So we're going to find out soon enough who will be the first ever Philippine 9-Ball Open champion. Well, it looks like he's got the natural angle to get this right back up table for where he wants to be for the 8. Now, where would the best place to be go? I think he's going for the corner pocket, right?
Yeah, corner. Simple bounce off the long rail.
Perfect.
Good on the 10.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered. Great shot. And Darren Quinzel is watching from Grand Forks, North Dakota, rooting for Shane Van Boening, who has a lot of respect for Denis. Wherever you are in the world, let's see. And by the way, that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth.
Oh, and again, losing the cue ball.
And that face says it all right there.
Mm-hmm.
The face of what is going on here. Yeah.
The face that says, I'm going to be sitting down again and waiting for another turn.
And Jacob Buriola, watching, a huge SVB fan, watching from Des Moines, Iowa, in the United States. And Carly Malone, watching from Kansas City, Missouri. Same state as Trish Durbin, I believe.
Any relation to Post?
Maybe. Well,
Post Malone.
Not sure. I'm not sure she's related to Carl
no, just
either.
kidding. Just kidding.
Anyway, and thanks for the live stream. No problem at all. And by the way, good luck to you, Leo. Good luck on your little warm-up match later. Hopefully, it'll mean that'll go very, very well for you. We wish you that. Let's see. Alfredo Faliado says, shout out sir kay paring Jonas Magbantay, the silent killer.
Shout out kay Jonas.
Mm-hmm.
And Patricia Durbin, the Missouri
Ooh,
Maiden.
Speaking of the Missouri Maiden herself, yeah, great to see you as well.
Glad to see you guys made it here.
Yep.
Or make it here.
Donald Gaspard is rooting for SVB, and so is Todd Backen, also who happens to be from Rapid City, South Dakota. So another hometown fan.
Lots of South Dakota tonight.
They're out, yeah. They're out in full force tonight. And
thank you guys for tuning in.
yep. I mean, we're happy to see all of Shane's fans, of SBV's fans from South Dakota and the rest of the world make their presence felt. I mean, they're getting to see Shane Van Boening, one of the top players in the world. Half foot by 9 table with 4.25 inch corner pockets, and that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. So yeah, again, let's remind everybody that this is just day 1 of the race to 90, meaning that even if Shane does fall behind in this match, there's more than enough opportunity for him to make a comeback.
There's still day 2 and day 3.
That's right. Still a lot can happen.
A nice break that needs a nice safety. Or well, this will do. Containment.
No gimmies. I think that's the point here. No gimme. No gimme. Let's see. So yeah. So Ethan Chestnut watching from South Carolina. Larry Trom watching from Illinois. Courtney Kelly watching from Huron, South Dakota. So it's 10. It's 10 o'clock. All right, that's good to hear. And Condor Pool watching from Kingman, Arizona. Oh, so same state where my niece is staying in. I believe my niece is residing in Phoenix, Arizona.
Who else do we have here?
Let's see. Oh, there it is.
Tony Basta from West Virginia.
Parkersburg? Yeah. Parkersburg, West Virginia. Nice. And let's see. And by the way, another local one here. Mark
Anthony De La Peña from Dagupan City.
Yeah. There you go. Gotta love this. And look at this. Jacob Johnson is the biggest SVB fan in here from Marshall, Minnesota, says Denis sick. Well, you know what? We shouldn't be surprised if he might be one. And Ronnie Perkinson is rooting along with his daughter for SVB here in Alton, Illinois. And you're welcome. Glad to see you're enjoying the stream.
Aaron Lake.
He's saying he's watching this over the Maldives event. Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Really?
Thank you.
Well, thanks. And Matt Strauss, I think, is watching only from Dallas, home of the
Dallas,
Mavericks.
Texas.
Home of the Mavericks.
Shout out to Mark Cuban, of course.
Yep. Stacy Leon Rice watching all the way from the state of South Carolina. And yep, let's see. Mustafa Parpia watching from Orlando, Florida, home of the Orlando Magic. And let's see, and I believe Disney, and I believe a Disney World also is there. So let's see. Brian Botham is rooting for SVB from Thief River Falls, Minnesota. And also from Minnesota is Nicholas Nelson. Thomas Paust is rooting for SVB from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And Scott Doucette is rooting for SVB from San Gabriel, California. And Max Camacho is watching only from Naga City, Camarines Sur, rooting for our very own RoboCop. Let's see. Trapper Bradley reading us from Savannah, Georgia. Thank you for your support. And Craig Lunday watching over in North Dakota. And Jim Spurgeon also, thanks for the stream, all watching from Agra, Oklahoma. Thank you for that. And Nicole Mel Alit watching only from Cebu City. And Ia Cruz watching from Bataan. And Joe Doe is watching from New Hampshire State. By the way, Courtney Kelly has an interesting asked something here. Wasn't RoboCop's initial nickname or moniker the Fisherman? Because if my memory serves me right, he was a fisherman before he turned a pool player.
Yeah, that's correct. 100% true.
Actually, he was born the son of a fisherman in Surigao del Sur, and he lost his father at a young age due to a fishing accident. Which was why he was raised by his mother and his grandparents. And it was his grandfather, I believe, who bought a pool table, and that's how Denis Orcullo became interested in pool.
Yes, naalala ko tuloy yung story ni Dennis and of course his brother Julius Orcullo na napipilitan silang magnakaw o kumupit ng isda
Yes, yes.
sa sa palengke dati.
That's right. So Denis Orcullo raised, coming from a background of poverty, so he knows what the struggle is like. And let's see here. There's a whole lot of people greeting us here today, and I think our fan base here really exploding. And I'm sure. And here's a good thing, Shane Van. This is only day one of, just the first match featuring Shane Van Boening here. So a lot is gonna happen. That's the beautiful part about this. Let's see. See if I can get some more. Jose Rimando Capa, thanks live from Anda, Pangasinan. Michael Smith is watching from Clemson, South Carolina. Ooh, you mean the Clemson Tigers, the college football team. I've heard of them. And Ben Howard's rooting for SVB from Kearney, Nebraska. And Trapper Bradley is just asking for clarification on our rule. This is a modified rule we have at Sharks where we require players to do a push-out or a safety immediately after the break to avoid break and runs, which will force the players to focus on defense and their actual shooting skills.
And which makes the game a little bit more unpredictable.
Yep. I mean, it's really going to come down to the player's skill in the end. And Shane Van Boening says, that's my rack right there.
So that's his 18th. Shane Van Boening now with 18 racks. Denis Orcullo with 21.
Randy Voorhees, by the way, watching from Algonquin, Illinois, if I got that correct. Thank you for watching as well. And Ethan Chestnut's actually asking, might be a dumb question, but do you all do 8-ball events too, or just 10-ball? We actually do 8, 9, and 10-ball.
Yeah.
At one point, we also tried experimenting with what was that again? We experimented at one point with one pocket at one point, but
one pocket, Filipino rotation, bank pool as well.
Yeah, but right now our focus is on 8, 9, and 10-ball, and we'll be back with Denis Orcullo breaking after this. Earl the Pearl Strickland will be coming here to Sharks very soon. Who will be his next challenger? What will he have to say about pool? We'll find out more only here at the Mecca of Pool. And let's see if we can go through some of our greetings here, since we have fans flooding in here, and we're very happy to see them flood in. Let's see. Here we go. Amindi James Fatter is watching all the way from Nigeria over in Africa. Thank you for watching. And David Mays is currently at the Allison Fisher Academy in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Oh, the Duchess of Doom. The Duchess of Doom's Academy. And he's pulling for SVB. And that break, by the way, is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. And this is going to be interesting. See how close the one ball is to that pocket. So how are you going to make a safety from that without making it? Because unless he decides to go for a push-out.
Yeah, if he wants to go for a push-out, he probably might want to make the one ball and send the cue ball somewhere that's not going to be easy for the two.
The thing is, the two is exactly the ball that's blocking the one. So
yeah,
we're going to see if Denis will come up with something here. He's going to force a long kick, it seems. A long kick, possibly. Would this be one rail, you think? I think this is one rail.
Yeah, one railer.
One railer. So, and Shane Van Boening trying to pinpoint where he intends the ball to go, visualizing.
Yeah, this is his method of computing.
Computing?
Computing, yeah, kick shots.
Yep.
One ball, corner pocket.
Nicely done.
Yep. And by the way, Jules Obedoza is watching from Twin Cities, Minnesota. Thank you for tuning in, Jules, and thanks for your support. And let's see, Robin Tiomico is watching only from Hamburg, Germany. Sa ngayon po, para sa labang ito, live lang po sa FB po to. Pero starting tomorrow po, balik po tayo sa live on Facebook and YouTube for the Philippine 9-Ball Open. And Greg Saylor rooting for Denis Orcullo as well. Oh, Ethan Chestnut is asking what is one pocket. That's going to be an interesting one. By the Pierre Manuel's watching from Bangkok. Thank you for watching. To answer Camilo Andres Blanco's question, this is a race to 90, but for each day, it's 30 racks. And how many, Sammy Marie Merrill's asking, how many extensions are you allowed to have? So that's one extension
Per
10
rack.
It's 10 seconds, right? Extra
Yeah, 10 seconds. One 10-second extension per rack.
All right, thanks for that. And let's see. Joshua Barnes is watching from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And Dyrene Cordero is watching all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. And Kevin Scalziti is pulling for Shane all the way from New Jersey. So the jump shot counter is actually a cap. It's actually a proper cap. So basically the players are only allowed to attempt a limited number of jump shots. So it's a cap. It's a daily cap. So what happens is, if you finish your jump shot total because you have another day to play, that means you have to wait for the next day for your jump total to refresh. And looks, it's a well, look at this. Shane Van Boening is not far behind now. 2 racks, just trailing by 2 racks, and he is in every intent of catching up. So we'll see if the South Dakota kid can bring that down to 1 when he breaks next. Rodney the Rocket Morris will be here at the Mecca Pool very soon. Keep it tuned here to our social media channels on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Look for Sharks Billiard League to find out more about when the Rocket will be landing here in the Philippines. And let's see here. So Chris Hawk again. That is a jump shot counter. It's basically to limit the players, to let the audience know how many jump shots they have each. And by the way, let's see. So yeah, they're allowed 1 extension. I'm just making sure we go through it. And the pizza man Luis Valencia, even though he is not in Rapid City, South Dakota, let me first. Where's your pizza? Come on, where's your pizza? Kahit si Miss Ira nagtatanong na.
Oh, well, anyway, here we go. Shane for the break. And of course, this break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
The pizza man, we know you're
So to Chris Cisco, thanks for joining us all the way from Missouri, and Graham Swinson watching from Williamston in North Carolina. Thank you for joining us as well. And Stacy Tucker is cheering for Shane, and also Gary Spence is watching all the way from Pitt Meadows in British Columbia, Canada. Okay, so Western Canada. And David Connell is watching from Dry Prong, Louisiana. Okay, I've not heard of that name of a town. That's pretty unique.
Who else do we have here?
Let's see. Yeah. So let's see. Well, again, as for the prize amount that you're playing for, it's just enough to make them say, yes, I want to go to the Philippines, please. Wow, look at that safety right there. That's beautiful.
Nicely controlled behind the 3.
Yep. I wish I had half the control level of Shane Van Boening in making a safety like that. By the way, while we do that, I think we might want to do a quick cover on how one pocket works. So for Ethan, basically the rule of one pocket is this. So you start with 15 balls on the table, and then each of you designates one pocket, only one pocket where you can sink your balls, and then from there, you have to sink at least 8 of your balls to win into the designated pocket. So it's a fairly popular form over in the U.S. as far as I know. One instance is the Derby City Classic. They have a one pocket tournament there. So it's very popular because it tests your ability to make bank shots, to go for unusual angles on shots. And that's why one pocket is so popular, especially in the United States. And look at this. Cesar Toro, thank you for joining us today. And, yep. Subscriber for the last 7 months. Thank you. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
I believe Cesar Toro is the sponsor of one of our professional players here.
Yeah, I believe
I
he is.
believe it's JC Garcia.
Ah, yes,
If I'm not mistaken, AC Bata.
Yes, from Pampanga, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks for supporting JC Garcia in his aspiration to become a top-notch player. Let's see.
Sean Damani, where is Maestro Ramon Mystica?
Oh, we know
he's
where.
just one phone call away.
Yeah,
he's just one phone call away.
We just need to make sure management. We just need to see if management will go for the call.
Who's looking for my Tito Monching, Ramon Mystica?
Oh, Tito Monching, yes. I'm so sorry. We forgot Tito Monching.
Well, I haven't used my pamangkin card yet.
Yeah, you know what, Kelvin? Let's call Tito Monching and see if he can, bring some fun here.
Yeah, Kelvin is actually the nephew of Maestro.
Actually, his uncle-in-law, so to speak. I would
Uncle,
think.
okay.
Uncle-in-law.
So
yeah.
his wife.
So his
is
wife, yeah.
Denise, okay.
And Shannon Leith is watching from Decatur, Alabama.
Here comes Denis Orcullo looking unfazed. Of course, this break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
This is going to be quite a dramatic match here. By the way, Bill Vanderweist is asking, where's this match being played? It's being played from the Sharks Arena located here in Quezon City, Philippines. That's
yep.
right. So we're basically located on the other side of the Pacific from across the U.S.
Dyron Cordero saying shout out to Taribo Claxton.
Ah, yeah.
Who's our viewer over at YouTube Live.
Yeah, that's right.
So where's Taribo?
Maybe Taribo.
I think he's with Dyron.
Might be.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Matt Collins is asking, are they slate? I believe slate is the standard material.
Yeah, standard material for the table.
Because slate has, it's very even, fine grain, it's smooth. It's basically the perfect material.
Very reliable material.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why you wouldn't. That's why it's very important to keep that slate in good shape. Nice.
And
Stops it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's perfect. That's nice. I'll take it.
Jumpable. Will he take it? I think he's saving his final jump shot for something a lot more.
Dire, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's saving it for a bigger. Oh, he might be going for it right here.
Oh, he's taking it. Taking his final jump shot for the day.
There you go. That's typical Denis Orcullo right there. But now, per our rules, that means that he cannot attempt any more jump shots until this match, until today's session ends. Doug Fryer, thank you as well. We're glad you're enjoying the feed and commentary. And I believe you have a greeting over here.
Louis David, happy viewing.
Yun.
Always watching.
Yeah. Again, so just to clarify, they are both playing with Q-Tech cues as of the moment, but I think Shane's is a different model, or a different butt at least.
Yeah, his own line.
Right. And Dave Raymond Arco Boteres is watching only from Sogod in Southern Leyte. Thank you for watching as well.
Oh, you're very welcome, Ethan Chestnut. Oh, John Morales Harina, we're live here in Quezon City.
That's right. Here in Metro Manila. So live po tayo ngayon. And looks like Denis is going to have a line drive for this 4. Wow. Rattles it in. And Edwin Salinas is shouting out all the way from Saskatoon in Canada, the Great White North. And again, we're very happy to have you joining us on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, so he just wants to get to that window between the 10 and 9. Same pocket for the 8.
Oh, there you go. Really, Chris? You have Denis's Tiger Cue? He has it? Wow. You know what? Let me have that cue. I'll be happy to wink wink hand it over to Denis.
Yeah, but I bet he won't be needing that because his J Flowers cue is on its way.
No, it's okay. He can give it to me, actually. He can give it to me.
Okay, down goes another 10.
Gear.
All right, here we go. Shane with that break brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
Well, let's see. So currently this, again, for those who are asking, this currently isn't streaming on our YouTube channel. So this match is only available for now on our Facebook
Live,
channel.
yeah.
But starting tomorrow, we will be covering the rest of the Philippine 9-Ball Open. We'll be broadcasting that on Facebook and YouTube. So you guys won't want to miss that. And I believe we'll be starting around 10 a.m., I think, right? 10 a.m. Manila time. So if you guys want to see what's happening for the Philippine 9-Ball Open, tune in tomorrow because we have some more preliminary qualifiers that we need to get through also. And let's see here. Let me see.
Cue ball now has popped out for the 1.
Yep.
HK Goodwin. Happy viewing. All the way from Kentucky.
From Stanton, Kentucky. Ooh, sweet. And James Wells is watching all the way from Oklahoma State. Thank you for watching. And by the HK, thanks for the kind feedback. We really appreciate it. And
beautiful shot right there.
Whew.
Right between that window.
Right between those two. That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That baby is sweet right there. Let's see. So, Dyron Cordero, thank you for your very generous support. We really appreciate that. And, of course, to Elaine as well, always supporting us here. Let's see. The big question now is...
okay. He's good. He's good.
Yeah. I was worried all that spinning was going to cause him to lose position, but he's fine.
Well, he's pretty straight here. I think he can simply go 2 rails forward.
Yep. Yeah, it's
very dangerous. Okay, so he's looking to draw instead of going forward. So medyo diretso nga yung ano, 4.
Yep. Oh, bumped.
Uh-huh.
And this is going to cause an interesting situation here.
Well, he can go for a bank to the side.
That's true. That's a possibility. But he has to make it so that just in case he doesn't have a shot, he has to play it like a two-way.
From Greensboro, Christopher Wyatt.
North
Happy
Carolina.
viewing.
Nice. Only from North Carolina. And Courtney Smith Lambas is watching from Louisiana. Thank you for tuning in. Well,
Whoops.
see. Uh-oh. That looks like a
And
sell.
we know what's next.
Yeah, I'm looking at Shane basically saying connect the dots and get it done. By the way, Felix Benzant is asking why didn't Shane pot the one? All right, so again, just to clarify, we currently are implementing our modified rules here at Sharks where immediately after the break in 10 ball, the player must go for a push out or a safety. They cannot go for a break and run here. So basically the purpose of this is to force the player, is to negate the break advantage and force the players to focus on defense and shooting to be able to win the match. So it's either a push or a safety, whichever one the player will decide. It's just the player has to indicate what they'll be going for.
Down goes the 10.
So watching only from Stamford, Connecticut, home of the WWE. And by the way, that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. Jared Putman watching from Clinton, Iowa. Doug Fryer watching from Gray Bull, Wyoming State. And Todd Peterson watching from Tar Heel Land, Charlotte, North Carolina. University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill represent. And by the way, Elias Navarro, I believe that's the correct way to pronounce it. Elias Navarro would be, since he has a Spanish surname as well. So
Or Elias
or
Navarro.
Elias in the U.S. if for an American, yeah. So Elias Navarro watching from Illinois, and Carlos Joel Baez watching from the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean. And if the Dominican Republic sounds familiar, you might want to watch. I believe that was featured in which Fast and Furious movie, right? I'm trying to remember. And also, Rich Haynes is watching from Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you for joining us. Cecil Stevens from Hobbs, New Mexico, watching from Hobbs, New Mexico. Felix Benzat watching from Burlington, North Carolina. Matt Collins watching from Wilmington, North Carolina. And let's see here. Zach McCraw watching from Mississippi. And Butch
Well,
Marlin.
hang on. It's Luis Martinez with his wife, Claudine. Happy viewing, guys.
Ah, there you go.
All the way from South Dakota, Rizal.
Yes.
Rizal.
aside from South Dakota, Cubao. Because that's another street over in the Cubao area.
Oh, Manny Munoz from El Paso, Texas.
Ah, yeah.
Hometown of
Eddie Guerrero?
Eddie Guerrero.
Yes, that's right.
Viva
And
la Raza.
And Jose Guerra watching from Orlando, Florida. Nicholas Holland is watching from Western Michigan. And let's see here. And David Smith watching from Toledo, Ohio. Or Toledo, Ohio, if that's how you pronounce it the traditional Spanish way. Butch Marlin is watching from Hermosillo, Mexico. Let's go, SVB. Wow, look at this. Let's see who else we have here. Todd Juntunen or Huntunen is watching from Gettysburg, South Dakota. I thought it was that other Gettysburg. And Nick Carlson watching from saying hello from Park City, Montana. Felix Benzant is a UNC Chapel Hill student. That's nice. Awesome. Tar Heels represent. Tar Heels represent. Anyway, Jordan Sharp is asking if Orcullo is using the white SVB edition Q-Tech. He's using another Q-Tech cube, but certainly, as far as we know, it doesn't appear to be the Shane Van Boening edition. Let's see who else we have. Russ Zorn is watching from Boise, Idaho. And Joey Morales says, saludos from Oregon. Thank you for watching. Terry Oxley rooting for SVB from the hometown Rapid City, South Dakota.
Hang on, looks like this could be a quick finish.
Yep.
5-10. Is he going for this, or is he gonna hide the cue ball? Okay, safety.
He decides to play hide and seek, and not a bad idea, actually. Not a bad idea. And sabi ni Rodel, may South Dakota pala sa Rizal. Viva la raza.
Mo, syempre. Andun si si Luis eh.
Okay.
Diba?
Si...
Ayaw pa niya sabihin Angono.
Angono na lang.
Di South Dakota Rizal.
Oo. South Dakota Street Rizal. And David R. Gonzalez is watching all the way from San Antonio, Texas. Oh, look at this. Is it going to go? Ooh. Not quite. Kerry Fannensteel is watching from Denver, Colorado. Scott Thomas is watching all the way from Austin, Texas. Danielle De La Rosa is watching from Virginia. Russell Eserjose is watching from Seattle, Washington. And Stacy Godfrey and Adam Godfrey watching from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And Sean Runyon over in Kansas City. Are we talking about Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, Kansas?
Oh, this looks tricky. I'm not sure if he has the 5.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think...
Well, from the way Shane is queuing, looks like he has enough. Not entirely hooked.
Wow.
Okay.
And look at that. Lands
Lands
pretty
well.
good. Pretty
Yeah.
good. The control to get to that position was very difficult.
He just needs to make the 6. 7 balls just hanging by the corner.
Yep. Just has to avoid getting behind the 8, and he's good. He's so far looking good.
Okay, so who else do we have here?
Well, let's see. Mendoza Contreras
Contreras.
watching from Mexico City. Thank you.
Alex Aros from Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow, a lot of people from the Southwest. Oh, and George Texiera, or Jorge, I think some would say.
Jorge, yes, that's
Yeah,
a
Jorge.
better pronunciation, yeah.
Jorge is watching only from Portugal. And Vincent Sponsinello is watching from the New Jersey Shore. Wow, that's cool.
And of course, what do you call Rokas? The Rainbow Warrior?
rainbow-haired warrior,
The Rainbow-haired
yes.
Warrior, Boy Chamba. Rowell Kasem saying bonsoir. How do you say this?
Bonsoir, tout le monde.
Tout le monde.
Tout le monde, I think. Watching from Eiffel Tower Restaurant in Makati City. Yep, no
In
problem.
Santa Ana.
Yes, that's right.
Down goes another 10 ball. Shane now ties
Yeah.
with Denis.
And also, I'd like to do a quick shout out to John Lester Casimiro, aka Bruno, our graphics artist. And by the way, that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth.
And a special shout out to the De Vera family from Kenji.
Mm-hmm.
From Kenji
Yep.
Lapitan.
Yes. So, si Kenji nga paling panay naglalagay ng notify dun sa no? Dun sa comments.
Yes.
Exclamation point
He's
notify.
the one. He's the one.
Siya pala yung may kasalanan.
Ron J. DeBoy from Trenton, Ontario. And who else do we have here?
I think we missed one up top. Let's see here. There, Richard Urdiales from Alvin, Texas. Luther Herschel from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Thank you for watching. Camilo Andres Blanco saying, ha ha ha, I mean, I said it's because I'm Colombian and you guys sound like one of ours. Oh, no problem. Yeah. It's a thing. And by the way, we'd also like to give a quick shout out to the Gomez family over in Tondo. Sabi nga ni Kelvin, matulog na kayo, di ba? Tama ba?
Sa mga kamag-anak ko dyan sa Tondo, pakiusap po matulog na kayo. Dahil,
Please, go
dahil
to
alam ko
sleep,
pagdating
please.
ko dyan, haharangin nyo na naman ako.
Oh man, this is great. Let's see. Sean Runyon. Oh, okay. So he's in Kansas City, Kansas. Because most people don't know that there are two Kansas Cities. So yeah. So Camilo, yes, we are a former Spanish colony too, just like Colombia. So we know. So there are a lot of similarities in how we use Spanish and everything, how we pronounce those names. There we go. Tyler, this is not on YouTube at the moment, but it will be available for replay here on Facebook. And Chester Asumbrado is watching all the way from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Ryan Fitzsimmons watching from Owen Sound, Ontario. Mike Praz from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Jeff Boyles from Colorado.
Oh.
Jay Moore from Des Moines, Iowa.
Hang on.
Ooh, what did we see?
He got in
here?
trouble there. Made the 9 accidentally.
Ouch.
Now he needs to deal with the 2.
Yep. And even the squint in his eye as if to say, wow.
What
That
have I done?
Yeah, he was just squinting like, how could I have done that? Wow.
Oh, would you look at that?
Oh my
Would
goodness.
you look at that? My.
He isn't SVB for nothing.
Oh my.
Well, he said problem. Wait, let me hand me my cue. Let me get something.
No way.
He saw a problem and he solved it almost perfectly.
There's just no way.
Well, not only did he make it, but now he actually forced Denis into a mistake there. And let's see, Derek Jones Bowling watching from Carson Sing, Nevada. Thank you so much for your support as well. Nick Jones watching from Fargo, North Dakota. Thank you for your support. And Brian Murphy as well watching only from Texas. And to New Jersey pool player, thank you for encouraging everyone to like and share our stream here on Facebook.
Also known as Troy.
Yeah, Troy, thank you so much. Ooh.
Almost losing the cue
Wow.
ball.
He's playing on the knife's edge right now.
Uh-huh.
He is playing. I think he wants the suspense up right now.
Well, not sure if he could get to the 3 from here.
Yeah, it looks a bit iffy. It looks iffy from this angle.
I think he...
It almost fell to the Sarlacc pit right there.
Sarlacc pit.
That's the one from I think you know Star
he's
Wars.
okay.
Ooh!
Uh-oh.
Wow. Wow.
Probably rail first. Some
Yeah.
right spin.
Let's see if he can pull this off. This is going to be interesting. Stephen John is watching all the way from Jeddah, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you for joining us as well. Mike Praz is a Pinoy watching from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let's see who else here. Ooh, that jump is nice. But will he be leaving it open?
It is an open shot. Denis can see the 4 ball between the 5 and 7.
Yep. Here's his problem, though. He's going to have to bump into those balls, so he
Yeah.
has to either clear away or somehow avoid it.
He's going to be okay.
There you go. By the way, Joe, to answer Joe Senish's question, yes, this is call pocket. So the player must name not just the ball that they plan to pocket, but the pocket they want it to go into as well.
And they also need to call whether they're going to make a safety or a push out.
At the start of the...
Yes.
right after the break, yes. Right after the break. So, Noli Torres is watching from Ottawa. Thank you, Kabayan, for watching. Let's see here. Patrick is asking what cue Denis is using. Currently,
For now, it's Q-Tech.
Yeah.
But his J Flowers cue is on its way.
Yeah, because that's his new sponsor. And Denis Orcullo says, not so fast.
25. Here comes Denis with this break brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
Thanks, Suhail. You're so sweet. We really appreciate that. Look at this. So he's got a shot on the 1. So let's see if he can come up with a safety using this. Yes, Ifaz. He's watching from Bangladesh. Yes, the pockets are 4.25 inches, so 4.25 inches. So today's race is up to 30, but this is actually a race to 90 over 3 days. So that's why the target number of racks for today is 30. All right, to answer Brad Stuckey's question, again, we are implementing the modified rule here for our one-on-one professional 10-ball matches where the players must attempt a safety or a push-out immediately after the break, which again is intended to negate the advantage of a break and run, but rather to force the players to have to be creative in their defense and strategy.
Yeah, but I think what he's asking here is why did Shane shoot when he accidentally made the 9? Well, of course, since the cue ball's being blocked,
Yes.
so Denis passed it back to Shane.
That's right. So basically, the thing is, because it's call ball, if you make a ball and you don't call it, it then becomes the opposing player's option to decide whether to go for the shot or to give it back.
Exactly.
And in that case, well, it's 10 ball. That's the rule.
Yeah, thank you, Keith Shanner.
Perfect explanation.
Yeah,
Keith,
perfect
thank you.
explanation, Keith.
Said it better. He said in just a phrase what took me, I think, an hour to say. Thank you so much.
Chad Chattervedi, when you say the Filipino 9-ball tournament, is it a ranking event? Are you referring to a matchroom rank? Nope. We have our own.
The BMPAP.
We have our own, yes.
The BMPAP actually has its own ranking system in place, which is why...
Oh, would you look at that?
Wow. Yep. I'll take that.
Oh, yeah.
If I get that safety and I'm playing against Shane Van Boening, I would not complain.
A little stroke of luck.
Uh-huh. So this is basically the Philippine 9-ball Open and other tournaments such as the Sharks Masters Cup and the Quezon City 10-ball Open. Those are all ranking events of the BMPAP. So we established our own ranking system. And of course, this will be determined by how standings of the players in these tournaments. Let's see what else we have here. Let's just make sure we answer as many the questions where we can. Yeah, there we go. So a lot of the guys explain it for us. Thank you so much. Are both of these guys playing the Philippine 9-ball Open? Asks Edward Priest. Yes, indeed. Shane Van Boening and Denis Orcullo are both participating in the Philippine 9-ball Open. So they are, I think we're still in the preliminary phase of the competition. So this is going to help determine the brackets for who will make it into the, I believe, the quarterfinal phases. So we'll find out there. Let's see. To Danny Frausto, it's 12:04 in the morning here in Quezon City, Philippines. So basically, so it's just past midnight here. So it's yours truly, Cannon, keeping you company along with AJ, Kelvin, and the rest of the production team, led by our officer in charge for tonight, Miss Ira. So, and Patrick saying that I watched Denis play Shane in Oklahoma. It was unreal. Again, there's a reason why Denis is one of the most respected and feared players because he can get it done. Let's see. How do I share, says Mike Praz. On the Facebook, if you'll see there's a share link there, just click on the share button. You can share. And look at this. And that's right, Matt, we are indeed 12 hours ahead of North Carolina. So, yeah. So it's 12 noon over in North Carolina. And Danny Frausto is watching from Yuma, Arizona. Thank you. Is there a day winner for this event? It's not technically a day winner. It's more like a break in play. So basically, the first player to get to 30 racks at the end of day one will basically end the day in the lead, and then the next day it will become a race to 60, and that will again be the break and play until we get to 90. Only after the third day do we have the actual winner.
Yep.
And Kyle Donlin saying, Shane plays in my local pool hall frequently. Good luck from Sioux Falls. Yep. That's great to hear. Oh, look at that nice follow through right there. Olivier Colombe watching from Quebec, Canada. Thank you for joining us as well. And what a shot. That
Break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
to answer Benito Panizzi's question, actually the players, if the shot that the players are going for is fairly obvious, the players are not really required to say it anymore. Like if it's right to a certain pocket, they're more required to be specific when they go for, say, a kick shot.
Something more complicated, yeah.
So if, let's say, a complicated escape shot, like a kick shot that might go 3 rails,
That's right.
then that's where they might have to tell the referee, okay, this ball, that pocket.
And let's say thank you to Ricardo Pierce.
Thank you. Yes, please let everybody know if you haven't shared this. And we also want to greet you all of you. Brad Kress is watching from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Thank you for joining us. Donald, right now, we're not streaming this match on YouTube, but the rest of the other events that we'll have tomorrow, such as the Philippine 9-Ball Open and our 10-man ring game, that's going to be streamed live on both Facebook and YouTube.
Is this Donald Anemone?
Anemone, yes.
Anemone?
Yes, Anemone, I believe. Yeah. And Nick from Hudson Falls, New York, thanks for watching as well. Actually, it's, yes. So, Edward, we don't have any matchroom ranking events here in the Philippines at this time. Because, again, the Philippine 9-Ball Open is an BMPAP exclusive event. So, meaning that it's under the auspices of the Billiard Managers and Players Association of the Philippines. So, we have our own competition there. So, Jason Ling is asking if Shane Van Boening, Carlo Biado, and Ivan Cortez will be playing the same format. Yes, absolutely. So
100%, yeah.
They'll compete under the same exact rules. And Roger Mintz is watching all the way from Alabama. Danny Frausto is watching. Is asking what balls are those. These are the Aramith Black series of balls. So that's why you'll notice the balls have a different color scheme. Like the 5 ball is actually purple, if I'm correct. And then that's why the if you know it's the 9 ball, the 10 ball, they use black striped balls instead of white striped balls. And Denis Orcullo's just getting this done.
Winner.
Watching from...
Heard of that town. Gap, yeah.
Could maybe pin the must push out or play safe. We usually say it before the match starts.
That's right. By the way, that break was brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. Actually, we did have a poster before, but we had to remove the poster temporarily to clean it up. So we'll probably put out the new poster for that once we have it finalized. Roger Mintz is asking the size of the table. So this is a 4.5 by 9 foot table.
A 9-footer, yeah.
So a full professional size table. And
Royce Morton.
Yes, good format. I think he's happy about this being a no break and runs here. And Octavio Pregios watching from Cancun, Mexico. Oh, Cancun, very scenic spot to go vacation in Mexico. And Aaron Arganosa is watching from Saskatoon, Canada, cheering on Denis Orcullo. Yeah. And Kenny Rose is watching from Denver, Colorado. Thank you for joining us as well. At kay Luan Huntilla, pa-shoutout po please. O, ito nang shoutout mo. Thank you for watching. Yep, there you go. Looks like Denis Orcullo now has an open look at this one ball. And And you're right, Elaine. He is starting to catch that momentum again. And Jack Chambers is watching all the way from beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. By the way, Nick, thanks for pointing it out. Yeah, we'll probably see if we can suggest that to the admin on our page, so that we can make sure that we don't have to explain the rules all the time. But thank you for letting us know. And 9 ball down with that 3 combination using the 3. At kay Jomar, okay lang kami. Si AJ may kape, ako may soft drinks naman ako.
Wala nga akong kape.
Yan ka na naman eh.
Okay, looking good. Denis Orcullo. After the break, do they have to push even if they make a ball?
Yes.
Yes.
They have to either push or play a safety. It's either one of those two. They can't go for a break and run. There's no break and run in this.
Yeah, that's why the break is also important in this format, because they want to get the upper hand.
Yes. And to answer Patrick Sunga's question, actually that's a QTech. It's a QTech Q, but not sure that it's a Shane Van Boening Q. I think it's a different model.
Probably not, because
I think it's a different model.
Yeah.
I think it's a different model. It seems.
It's kind of awkward to play with
your opponent's Q.
with your opponent's actual
I
Q.
know.
Yeah.
I know. It's weird. It's weird. And Mike Lucero is watching all the way from Bozeman, Montana. Thank you for watching. And Randy Thompson watching all the way from Spavinaw, Oklahoma. Let me know if I'm pronouncing the names correctly. I'm not sure I'm getting them all correct. And Mike Pemberton watching all the way from Medicine Hat, Alberta. Wow, I've heard of that town name, but I always found it very unique. Medicine Hat.
Medicine.
Professional. I've seen a long time. Thank you for that. And Josh Sembi says Sharks is the best. And by the way, that break is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. And Paul Martinez says, go SVB. Paulie from Rock Springs, Wyoming. Yeah, there you go. Suhail Amdas mentioning something interesting here. Says, I think in one old Moscone Cup, one player let the other use his break cue, but something happened between them, so he stopped giving him his cue. I think I remember this one, AJ. There was an incident that happened in one previous Moscone Cup where one player let the other use his break cue, but then they started butting heads or developing some sort of disagreement, so he decided not to lend him the cue anymore.
Is this a recent Moscone or way back?
Might have been a few years ago. I'm not sure. Maybe Suhail can help us locate that.
Okay.
And Benito Panizzi, thank you so much. No worries. I just want to make sure. I believe that's an Italian-sounding name there.
So it should be Panizzi.
Panizzi. Panizzi, yes. And by the way, Whale Altalau saying thank you for the stream and for answering my questions. I'm watching from Finland. Oh, wow. Beautiful country there. Am I the only one having trouble recognizing the 8 from the 10 ball?
Yeah,
no.
sometimes.
Sometimes. It's the angle
if
of the
dark
ball.
part, the black part of the 10
is up.
Yes.
Yes. Because the problem with the current balls is that because it's dark all over, the stripe does not show up as easily. Michael Kessler is asking if it's being streamed anywhere else other than Facebook. At this time, no. Although, starting tomorrow, we'll be streaming our matches for the Philippine 9-Ball Open and the 10-man ring game through Facebook and YouTube. So we'll be broadcasting that starting 10 a.m. Let's see. Let's see if I can check this out here. I'm trying to make sure. Aaron Nees watching over from Bellingham, Washington. Love what you guys are doing. Keep bringing amazing matches for the pool community to watch. And thank you. There it is. Okay. Thank you for correcting me, Carrie. That's Fawn and Steel. Thank you.
So this is how you pronounce the last name, Fawn and Steel.
Fawn and Steel. Yeah. It's perfectly all right. I was about 80% there, and so that's good. Neil Soloway, thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting us know there. Magkano ang Andy Cloth? Teatro ni Reggie Cam Clavaton. Shout out to our Wonder Boy Billiard Hall in Rojas City, Capiz. Huh.
I'm not sure if it's available at Hard Times.
We'll
I'm
have
not
to.
sure.
We'll have. I think we can flash later the number of Mr. Jojo Sanchez to find out the details. There we go. And Quincy Hill watching from Arkansas, USA.
It looks like it's another one for RoboCop, Denis Orcullo.
In favor of Denis Orcullo.
Here we go, Dennis with this break brought to us by Andy.
And again, we appreciate all our fans who are also
Thank you guys.
trying to
Yeah.
answer the questions as well that are coming in, because we're having lots of people tuning in. So there it is. So Carlo Biado will be the next opponent, April 29 to May 1. And then May 4 to 6, Mark Lawrence will be Levan Corteza will be his opponent then.
Brian Azur, we are live at coming to you live here in the Philippines
From Quezon City. That's right. We are here at the Sharks Arena. So we're broadcasting live. So basically, depending on where you are in the world, it may be morning where you are, or noon, or even afternoon. Well, looks like will he get lucky? Oh, he got lucky, definitely. Dyron Cordero's asking if this is Andy Cloth 988.
This is the premiere.
As Premier,
Andy
yes.
Premier.
Right. This is the top level. I think
Yes.
it's even higher than 988, right?
Could be, yeah.
And Paul Martinez saying, I have Andy Cloth, I love it. Well, we're glad to hear that you're enjoying it. So to Pando, actually Hard Time Sports Bar is our partner venue. So actually we're not broadcasting from there. They're actually just our partner venue. Like for instance, if you have tournaments like the Philippine 9-Ball Open, they help spread out, take care of the other matches that aren't going to be televised. And Brian Azur is from Dunseith, North Dakota. Nice to see you tuned in all the way from wonderful North Dakota. Wow, this is going to be quite a battle here.
Elaine Supke saying both men are superb players.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
There's no question about it. Two men who do not take no for an answer. And now it's going to be Dennis taking a seat while SVB goes for the attack.
Foul shot. Ball in hand.
By the way, Will Smith joining us all the way from Florida. Not sure if I'm assuming that this is not the Will Smith that we know of from Florida.
Hang on. What? Oh,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
It's not that Will Smith, I think.
Definitely.
Yep, a different Will Smith. All right, we just wanted to be sure. And Mohammed Adil Albazas watching from Irvine, California. Thank you for joining us. And Vanessa Gibbs trying to give Shane a little bit of motivation here. Again, let's remind everyone that, again, this is only the first day of action.
That's right.
So there's still 2 more days.
We still have day 2 and day 3.
Yep. So a lot can still happen. It's just
Lots and lots of action. That's right.
Yep. So who are you referring to, Cynthia? I'm sorry. Which players are you referring to, or which personalities are you referring to? We just want to be sure we answer everything here. Oh boy, Chris Rock just left the room. Oh boy. Anyway, Brandon Street is watching all the way from South Dakota. Wow.
Good morning, Brandon Street and Samir Taleb.
Oh, Samir is watching from the Windy City, Chicago. Thank you for watching, and my mom's there. Oh, look who is awake, AJ.
Oh, it's Mr. Suave. Patrick Santamaria.
Yeah. Patrick Santamaria, the man known as Mr. Suave. So Eddie 2, to answer your question, this is a race to 90 total. So every
Yes.
day, so today is a race to 30, tomorrow it becomes a race to 60, and on the third day, it's for all the marbles to 90.
Michael Kessler saying, is Shane jet lag because he's playing like me?
Wait, he's been here a few days already, right?
Yeah, I think for the 3 days now.
Yeah.
Could be.
I mean, it could be. That could be a factor. I mean, I've experienced that in my line of work because of the schedules I have, where I have to work the night shift sometimes, where I have to work the day
And I
shift
believe
sometimes.
it's Shane's first time to play in this table. So
Yeah.
maybe that might be one of the factor.
That could be a factor, yes. Justin Braley saying this game favors RoboCop because Shane relies on his break and running racks to make up and create deficits. This format where he can't break and run is going to be tough for him. Well, it is true. Shane actually does have a very solid break and run game.
Mm-hmm.
So to neutralize that, it's going to force Shane to really dig deep into his bag of tricks. Wow.
Exactly.
And that was lucky escape there. I think he'll get
Very
away
nice
with it.
reply. Yeah, very nice.
He actually came very close to scratching there. It's a good thing. The ball veered off at the last second. So let's see.
How does he get safe? Maybe he could try and call the 4 to the side just in case.
Yeah.
Going for a one rail kick.
He could. That's actually not impossible for RoboCop.
How does he end up?
He might leave it.
Yeah, he has left it.
Mhm. And well, the big question now will be whether Shane Van Boening can take advantage, whether SVB can take advantage of this.
Well, it's the Acura table from Rason Billiards.
Yes. It's Mr. Sung Acura, yeah, by Rason Billiards. So it's actually, that's the table. So it's actually made by engineered by Rason Billiards, a company from China. So high quality table. There we go. So there it is. So Joe Lightnum, yes, thank you for pointing that out there. Oh, look at this shot on the 5. That is nice.
Beautiful.
There you go. SVB starting to get his momentum here. So Joe Lightnum, yes, that's. So I got the surname correct. Wow. Okay. I guess my previous line of work in dealing with a lot of unusual surnames actually helps. So that's good to hear. And he's watching all the way from Rapid City, South Dakota, Shane's hometown. So I'm very sure he is hoping that Shane will pull up a better performance after in the next couple of days.
Yeah, they shouldn't worry because we still got day 2 and 3.
2 days. 2 days. I mean, I will start worrying if Shane does not make any significant progress by if he doesn't make any progress by day 3. That's where I'll start worrying. So to answer Scott's question, the Q-Tech Q is a temporary Q he's using because his J Flowers Q is coming very soon.
That's right.
He's just waiting for the sponsor to. He's just waiting for FedEx or UPS to probably drop it in his lap. They'll probably drop it in. Let's see.
Whichever carries the goods.
Yes, whichever courier does the job. Well,
Moon White.
wow, Moon White seems to favor this. Oh, by the way, and to Michael Johnson, why are they counting the? Well, Amanda is a person of few words, but she can get some stuff done.
Well, anyway, that break is presented by Andy Billiard Claw.
Well, let's see. Let's see. Very interesting break here.
So Shane has the right side of the one ball to work with.
Mm-hmm. Martin Gale over on Facebook saying Mississippi in the house. Ooh,
Martin Gale, happy
Yes.
viewing.
Yes, Mississippi, please. By the way, so to Eddie 2 is asking carry forward for numbers of jump shots. So you get a reset every day, 5 jump shots, whether
Yes.
you use them or not. So whether you use 1 jump shot or you use 5 or whatever number, you will always get 5 jump shots if it's a multi-day match. However, if it's a one-day match, you will only get those 5 jump shots. It really depends on the format of the match. And again, the limited jump shots usually only applies to our professional players, since they're expected to be skilled enough to be able to compensate with the limited number of jump shots. Let's see here. To Michael Kessler, if the table's playing fast, well, that's partly because we're using Andy Premier.
And it's a new cloth.
It's fresh cloth.
Yeah, very
yes.
fresh cloth. I think they installed it a few days ago.
Yeah, they just installed it a few days ago. I think and we have to thank, by the way, WizKid Works.
WizKid Works.
Led by one of
Raji
our players.
Patalinghog.
Yes. Thank you to Boss Raji for prepping up that table and making it look good. And Daniel Cravens.
Daniel Cravens from Robinson, Illinois.
Yeah.
Happy viewing.
That's why the table seems to be playing fast. Yeah. Where are we?
Eddie too, it doesn't carry forward. Na-explain mo na kay
Yes.
Eddie.
Yep. So I did tell Eddie that
Okay.
it's a reset to the same
Yes.
total regardless of the day. And let's see here. Wondering if the players actually like the no break and run rule.
Some say they like.
I'm gonna give you
Some
one.
say they don't.
I'm gonna give you one guy who likes that rule. Basef
Mokaibat. Yes, he
He
personally told us.
He said he loves it because he says it will allow him to become more strategic in his attack.
Yes. And he won against Chang Junglin.
He won convincingly against Chang Jun.
Yes.
Timothy Medley watching from Huntsville, Alabama. Thank you for tuning in and thanks for your support. Do we know when Denis will be able to come back to the U.S. to play? That's going to depend on how his hearing with the immigration department, I believe, is going to be. Because it's a problem with his visa. So that has to be sorted.
I think they gave him 5 years.
Yeah,
Not
it's
sure
a
if,
5 year. It's a
yeah.
5 year because I think the issue was he was caught playing on a tourist visa instead of an official visa. This is an official 9-foot table with 4.5-inch corner pockets. And let's see. Elijah Avila saying Shane is probably Earl.
Who?
Earl? I heard he was a long time.
Not that I know of.
Well, I'd have to double check, but somebody mentioned that to me. And that break, by the way, is brought to you by Andy Billiard Cloth. Dan DeGraff is asking, where is Hard Time Sports Bar? It's located here in the Philippines, here in Quezon City. It's located, we're located like, how many blocks is that?
Few
That's
blocks
like,
away.
Yeah, a few blocks away. Not that far. You can actually walk it, if you want. But yeah, it's not far away.
If you want some, a little bit of exercise,
yeah. A little exercise won't hurt. I don't mind doing it. The best part is I get to pass by that nice little place I get to eat.
Jerome Rivera, we don't know yet. Well, we're hoping that we get Efren and Earl.
color of money part 2
Of
sounds
course,
good right
of course,
about now.
it's a no-brainer. Everyone
Or-
wants to see Efren and Earl.
Or if we can't get Tito Efren to join, how about we get Tito Django to join the party instead? Rematch of the World 9-Ball Championship, the one that Django lost. Yeah, that was the one that he lost. That was the tournament where I think his daughter died during the when he was competing at the tournament, and then despite that loss, he went all the way to the final and fell short against Earl. So that would be a good one. I think I'd want to see, if only to see Django perform probably in a better mental state. Yeah. Here on our side, we respect Earl the Pearl Strickland very much. We are huge. We're huge fans of him here. And again, he pretty much is the. He defined, I think, American pool for a very long time, especially because he was the most visible rival of Efren Reyes for many of Reyes' best years. Let's see here.
No way. How old is Earl?
Is
he in his 70s now? Early 70s?
No, probably more in his 60s, probably.
Late 60s, probably.
Probably
yeah.
60s, yeah. Oh, that's a good one, Jerome.
Amang Parika.
Earl Strickland versus Amang Parika would have been a nice match. Yes. Yeah, he's doing lessons. I actually saw this, AJ. Earl Strickland does live lessons.
Yes, I also
you watched
did
it,
see.
right?
Yeah.
You saw him that I think he was playing the straight pool.
Oh, he's 61 years of age according to Google.
Yeah. Well,
61.
so he's closer in age to Django. Django, I think, is like 57 or 58, I think.
So that means, Elaine, you're still 10 years older?
Oh, well, you know what? He's fine. Yep.
But it's fine, Elaine.
Yeah, there we go. So Django is 59 by comparison. So yeah, only 2 years separating Earl and Francisco. Yeah, there it is. So Earl Strickland is indeed 61 years old. And despite that, I mean, the fact that he competed once more for Team USA and he actually made some very good shots during his run there. You do not mess with someone like Earl the Pro Strickland.
Oh, and Shane has given a chance here for Denis to get to the hill.
Oh, boy.
Missed the 6.
Yep. And, oops,
He's okay.
Yep. Maybe he'll try to use that angle to go around and so that he can get that 8 possibly in the in the side pocket.
Yep, that's right. Medium speed.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
He's perfect here.
Yep. He looks fine.
Simple drop. He's good to go.
Oh, there you go. This to get to the hill for day 1.
29 games for Denis Robocop.
Number 1, the players must go for a push out or a safety immediately after the break. They cannot do a break and run.
And of course, this break is brought to us by Andy Billiard Cloth.
So you'll see it right here. So you'll notice that the Shane made a ball on the break, but because of his situation here, he has to either go for a safety or a push out. So even if that were a wide open shot.
$100 to the winner, says Matt Cole.
Oh, well, you know what? Whoever deserves it.
Well, I think it needs more zeros. Like,
Yeah,
what, 5 more?
Let's,
5 more?
Let's add a comma, and a couple of commas and a few more zeros.
Mhm.
Sure, why not? By the way, so si Kim Amores is asking, ba't hindi kasali si Efren sa tournament? Let me
We have
answer.
no idea.
Well, actually, I'm just gonna say it in simple terms. Walang naipasang application form si siya. So, paano ka makakasali kung wala ka application form if you didn't submit it? So that's basically his decision, but we are hoping that to have him in future events.
So I've got a question here from Rhett Butler. You may wanna.
Yeah. Oh, push-out rules.
Yeah.
Why the push-out rules? Again, very simple. What we're doing here is we're trying to take out the break as a winning factor in this match. So it's forcing the players to focus on the defensive aspects of the game, on the shooting aspects of the game. So it makes it strategically fair, as Michael James says there, because it means that they have to focus on being defensive-minded. They have to focus on being better at shooting. They have to focus more on thinking farther ahead. So, do the players get paid the same, or do the winners get more? Well, based on how our matches before have gone, the winner should get paid more.
Yes.
Of course, we can't really disclose the amounts there. All we can just say is that. JC Garcia
For all we know, it could be 50% difference.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. By the way, let's see here. Elijah Avilas asking what time will the stream start tomorrow.
Depends when the 10-man ring game will finish.
Oh, wait. So the stream... So our stream starts 10 a.m. local time here. So that means that over in Central Time, that's going to be... Let me see if I get this correct. 9 a.m. Yes, thank you. That's
9 in the morning.
9 in the morning Central Time. It's going to be 9 a.m. Central Time for those who are... 9 p.m. rather. 9 p.m. rather for those who are watching from Central Time, because we start here at 10 a.m. daily. We only started a bit early a couple of days ago because we were, of course, launching the Philippine 9-ball open.
Partner, 2 balls away to
Ooh.
end day 1.
Here we go, and he is looking very, very good. At sabi ni JC pala, pa-shoutout po kay Kenneth Santos. Ayan,
Oh,
salamat.
JC Garcia is
Yes.
online,
JC,
watching with us.
Salamat sa iyong pagsubaybay dito.
Yeah,
Yan.
I think you missed Cesar Toro. Because Cesar was online.
Yes, Cesar
earlier.
yeah. Must have been there. But anyway, that's the end of day 1. And Denis Orcullo